Okay. Hello and welcome to Beast in the Timetwist session 68.
We're at like the brief safe zone.
Island of Stability.
Very boring number, 68.
Stream is good.
Oh my gosh.
Grand.
Anyone have anything particularly exciting from their recent level up they would like to share with the world today?
Crim's AC is 25. Good fucking luck.
I speak every language now, or at least I can understand every language.
Every language, that's right. That's so funny.
I just have good spells.
Same.
Just good spells.
Yeah, I only get seventh. Well, I mean, seventh level spells are still a big deal, but I no other class features.
When there was a text scene. What happened in that text scene?
With Wade and Crim talked about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delight to read about
Insisted-
their worldviews and thoughts of what to happen after the battles to come.
Yeah, Crim insisted that Wade stop hating himself, and Wade insisted, fuck you. Specifically, fuck me.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh,
I
go ahead.
mean, I didn't know we had that kind of thing.
Well,
Wow. How about Alex? Any level up excitements?
I can switch between forms more easily without having to spend additional uses of channel nature.
Ooh,
You know, I'll use that all the time, I'm sure.
I would enjoy that. Cool.
Yeah, you don't really do the whole lot of wild shaping, do you?
One other thing is we talked a bit about getting to high levels and how the game functions in terms of what people can do, and had some conversations with mixed reception and thoughts, but feel free to review that in the campaign discussion channel. One thing I did want to verbally encourage, though, is to try to be creative and do spell-like or other zany things, not through spells, specifically through skill checks, if you wish, and I can try to accommodate. Because I think, especially with check results of 28 on the frequent side of things, you know, that could do weird things.
So damn weird.
and I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, the more sweeping, dramatic changes and additions are more of a too late in the campaign sort of thing to implement readily, if I remember right.
Sounds right. Okay, who wants to recap?
I mostly have it, but I do not remember names.
Scroocha, Rondi, Ulbrak, Badman, Ol something
Badman.
Goodman, Holdar tribe, and Gajer tribe.
We've got Longboy, we've got Badman.
Ulfar, that's it. I'll write that down.
I think that's enough that I can give something. So last session was the flashback episode that they use as filler when they ran out. No, wasn't actually. It was looking into Scrooge's past again, and we saw more of his time with. They're called the Quiet People or the Silent People.
Silent people,
I
yeah.
forget which. So the tribe's leader, Ulfar, I believe, was the previous leader, ended up dying, and he was succeeded by his brother, who implemented a system in which the tribe's hunters would receive additional food and supplies. The idea being, you know, we're hunting all these dangerous creatures, people get hurt, they need to be prepared to deal with these dangers. In practice, what ended up happening was that it ended up creating a lot of inequality, where most of the members of the tribe barely had enough to get by. Scroocha and his, I guess we could call her his adopted sister,
Yeah.
were among the people who were placed into this hunter caste. And one day, while they were out hunting, Ulbrak, the new tribe leader, decided to poach on a neighboring tribe's land. And they encountered an ice troll, which would have provided significant food and other materials. But there were members of this neighboring tribe. The two had a peaceful relationship at the time. But there were other hunters from this neighboring tribe who were already engaged with the ice troll. And so, in order to procure it, they had to murder those hunters in an attempt to leave no witnesses of what had happened. It's unclear how much our actions looking in from the future may have affected things. We were very limited in our capacity to change things. But the person who Cash had sort of substituted in for left one of them alive with a message to warn that Ulbrak has gone mad. No idea if anything came of that.
Flashback.
And after that, we returned to the present. It's about where we ended off.
It is indeed. Party gets some good rests at their lovely seaside shack on this very quaint, primitive, and lovely getaway island, town of Asul near Three Isles, with Alriam, I believe, is the name of the island you guys visited previously, containing the mules. Pardon me, headquarters at that time, not too far away. You've got a few of the survivors who are not particularly combat-worthy from the debacle at the Lacedown family farm with you. Many quite impressed with their abilities, many just seeking a safe place to recover after being almost murdered and to grieve those who were murdered, but some interested in going with you to see what the mules are up to. You have just woken up, cogitated and refreshed on your struggles and gained new abilities and capabilities for new spells and such. It is a bright new day. What do you do?
I think the first thing I would like to do is a bit of resonance.
Oh.
Oh, you have a resonance thing.
Oh, you have a request, huh? Let's see how much it's going to cost Tal if it can do this and that.
$5.99.
Damn.
Need to go back somewhere and find exactly what the cost was, because I've been wanting to do this for a while and not had the necessary supplies.
I imagine you can just do the cost after.
Yeah, we can worry about that later. I know we discussed it and it was something that I had enough for.
Yeah, you haven't spent very much, so I imagine you'll definitely have enough.
So a little while back, I got that Firestar Orchid Vine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a cool item, but I haven't found a lot of good opportunities to use it. However, recently I finally managed to acquire a Wand of Thornwhip. And I am going to merge the two into a single item.
Oh, snap.
So I now
no,
have...
Doc.
And so I now have the Firestar Wand. So it has kind of little vine patterns going as helices up on either side of it, and the tip is like a bloomed flower.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex gives it an experimental little crack.
And I suppose an altered brilliant vine shoots out with the capability to mess with the creature's resistances and vulnerabilities, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Cool.
Very nice. All right. Next on the agenda, let's see.
How
As a
are
reminder-
the in concert folks doing now that we've had a rest and doctor checkups?
Yeah, one person was diagnosed with a concussion and needs to stay away from sport for the next 2 weeks.
Damn,
But-
Turner can sympathize.
Yeah. People are resilient in this world, given some time to rest, as long as there's no permanent damage. There's a lot of emotional processing that needs to happen,
Yeah.
but these people knew what they signed up for, and they are ready to go today after a good night's rest.
We slept in the sand.
So, was our next priority like looking into the missions that we already been received from in concert?
Not quite. We have one more priority to do, and that is speak with the mules. After that, yeah, we're going to probably be raiding for magic items and various things like that with those 2 of the 3 missions. And then, if only to satiate our curiosity, but also to give Tal what he wants, ask about the 3rd mission that we didn't take on, to see how that's handled, because it is... I'm ready for magical sky ads to be what we missed.
The propaganda thing in Tornor?
Yeah, the propaganda thing.
Oh. Okay. That was something offered to you in universe like a day ago, right? Maybe 2?
Yeah, but by the time we're done with the other 2 missions, we'll probably find out how that one went.
Wait.
Have you been?
perhaps.
good.
I think we've been on this island for a few days, haven't we?
Well, no, we just
No.
got here last session, and we've only had 1 rest.
Yeah, we kind of have a Namek Saga thing going on right now. It's been like 4 sessions, but we have just been like on this one island for a hot minute.
Okay.
I look forward to seeing this guy. Have you been injured in a cart accident?
Any
But
other...
yeah, just to get everyone on the same track, I believe the plan was, after we make sure that the in-concert folks are treated and proper, the ones who wanted to follow us would go to the mules with us to inform the mules of what happened. And then we would make the proposal that we had made to in-concert of, hey, what if we were a bridging squad with people who wanted to try to experiment with another way to deal with Screwtra and all that. And then the mules could do their thing, in concert could do their thing. We try to coordinate between those 2. We probably have some logistics eggheads to do that for us in our squad. And then we kind of like take on missions on both sides, depending on what they need, what wants there are, and of course, the ultimate mission that we all have is to share the necessary information to properly topple the allegiance. Does that all sound correct to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, and we have to deal with the mob as well.
Oh yeah, we gotta revive the
Yeah.
mob. That does come first, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to go the Skyrim route. We're going to become the faction leader of both factions and also have no authority with them.
You just gotta come back once every week to get like a nice little fetch quest or something.
So, Revival Master Wade, what is dealing with the mob look like?
As in just like the flavor of the spell, or
Or I guess whoever is going to revive. Yeah, or the timeline.
Yeah, the only ones who can do it are, I think, right now are Bugle and Doc. So
I don't have the spell prepared. Because I thought Wade was going to do it.
yeah,
I mean, it is.
I'm committed now. It's quite unfortunate. As a side note, our time frame has now increased to about a century, a bit more expensively so. But if we wanted to wait,
well,
but I'll take those silent stares as a no.
well, it'd be
I
ironic
don't know
if
we can...
it'd be ironic if we chose the more expensive option for this guy.
Indeed. We'll have to put him down again as soon as he gets his taste of mortality again.
I think we'll be more than ready.
Yeah, let's worry about that some other time. Besides, Crim kind of glances around nervously. He might be watching.
Let him. I'd like to let him worry, but he doesn't watch unless I let him watch. And have we settled on what exactly we're getting from him?
I think we had already discussed it, didn't we? He'd basically be, first of all, he'd keep things stable over at Haven when the Allegiance, inevitably goes over there and tries to take over, and probably get some forewarning about how strong he is. Since, we beat them, but then we can't beat Scroocha, so now he knows how strong relative... I don't remember what that logical chain is called, but it's kind of that.
Fair
We
enough.
want him to help us keep an eye on Scroocha.
Yeah, that too.
And-
And probably help with supplies for, not necessarily us, but everyone else.
Most importantly, not create a power vacuum that'll be absorbed by the Allegiance.
And to make he'd probably be a good arms manufacturer for the mules, at least. Right, well, in that case, if you're all ready for a fight, shall we get it done?
A fight? I thought this was
Well,
just going to be an agreement, but
okay, dude.
okay.
Right time.
An agreement from my position of strength, as they call it.
I don't think that's going to be necessary this time, Wade. We already had a
It's not-
talk with him.
I certainly hope so. All right. On that case, Wade will scamper over and head back to the little stone coffin they made of his the sarcophagus they made of his corpse.
Okay. It's a brief walk. Much of what has already been discussed, I think, would be what is discussed now. Do you want to kind of make a scene out of this, or shall we just say... Do you ask him to do certain things, he supplies certain things, or how do you want to do it?
I'll say for the spell, you see two magical paddles on Wade's arms. We're not through with you yet.
Come on, you're not Nikki.
Why?
No, I'm a soldier from Battlefield 4.
Can you give some sort of justification for why they're magical paddles?
It's his flavor.
Why is it his flavor?
That's not a justification.
It's his flavor.
Why do you have a laser gun? It's his flavor.
Why do you have 50 million gold in your inventory? It's my flavor.
It's magic. I ain't gotta explain shit.
Okay,
Alright.
he was an army person. It's a rescue rope. How about that?
A rescue rope. Okay, sure. For whatever
I'm
reason.
suggesting it's a Buke. He's the one who has the power here.
Yeah, or maybe it's a magical syringe that replicates the medicine they used in his time. So he goes stab and then.
Like the full metal alchemist thing where you clap and you put
No.
your hands down.
Ooh, that's cool flavor.
Watch, careful, he'll come out as a misshapen blob. Oh.
Oh.
And
What's
what
weird,
spell
he's like,
you
he
guys
just looks
saying?
like a good person now.
I think it was
Raised it?
Raised Dead. Yeah, I resurrection now, but yeah, Raised Dead.
What's
Touch
the
the corpse
difference?
of a died no more than 10 days.
Raised Dead is 10 days. Resurrection is a century.
That's the only
And-
difference.
To life with max
Raised Dead is 5th level. Resurrection is 7th level.
half
So
max HP with raised dead.
yeah, it also has a level of exhaustion for every 2 days it was dead.
Okay, so
Oh,
zero.
I mean, so for practical purposes, there's no differences at this moment. Understood.
Yeah, I mean, he's the mob. He can just find another way to, resurrect himself after the fact. Anyways.
I don't think so.
It also takes me an hour to cast it.
Alright.
Might as well get comfortable.
Standing on the lip of that stone sarcophagus, applying those magical diamond-fueled, very powerful paddles to the massive goo. It's alive.
How do you even know where to put
Quivers
the
and
paddle?
reconstructs in this unusual form, like this drooping, almost tree-like structure, before it seems to remember something else to be, and shrinks back down into that familiar, sort of uplifted form, stoic-faced, all business, shadow across the eyes. Well, that's our deal. I discussed
Good,
it.
you remembered. was worried about that.
Yeah, I've got some ideas for how to help you out. Need some time to recover, though, first, see? Anything you need from me right now?
Actually, hey, and then he says this quietly, but it's very easy to hear. You think, like, a written statement might help when we're talking with the mules? You know, for the possible supply arrangements.
We're talking weapons, munitions, transportation,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Not a contract or anything, just like an assurance that, oh, we talked with you and we're not just making this up kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basic affidavit, got it.
The official mob seal.
He snaps his fingers and then seems to remember himself and asks for some paper, quill, ink.
Crim provides because he has that a lot. He takes a lot of notes.
Yeah, he drafts some official-looking things, stamps it with an amorphous thumb, writes some fancy words.
Turn
It's
her off from the
reminiscent
feather.
of when you were...
That's so funny. That's such a mundane but useful thing. Just having a stamp as part of your person.
It reminds you of your time in those caves with the Shaper and the wording you saw there. And then gives you a couple of those, which read to the effect of, yeah, this is legit. I'm actually the mob. I have the funds and the power, and most importantly, the willingness to help to some degree with this Koi Allegiance takedown effort.
Yeah, makes sense.
We also killed him. We'll leave that part
Also,
out,
they
though.
killed me.
Right. I think that's all Crim really had thought of. Anyone else?
Congratulations, mob. You've received more than many good men will ever know. Make the most of it.
And believe it or not, you've benefited us a lot more than you realize already.
The mob smoothly continues, giving you some rough ideas, which you could zoom out for, like, oh, mobility and outfitting them. Maybe we can work some bribes on the Allegiance here and there. I could work out a business deal to lower prices in some cases. I heard there's these newfangled talk boxes. Maybe you're interested in that for coordinating efforts. More or less, the mob's willing to contribute to whatever banner you guys hoist.
In particular, when the mob lists out a few things, Crim will pipe up a bit on the idea of bribes, thinking that, considering how rapidly the Allegiance had expanded in just a month, surely there are some mental weak points in their chain of command that could be bribed, and that he could probably take a look at those.
Roger that.
Because getting that big in just a month, there are absolutely people that would turn given the right bribe.
Mm-hmm.
The mob's probably a master at that more than we are.
What they do. Right, and after the business there is concluded, the mob turns around and falls apart, as if the will that was holding its presence and form together there has moved on.
We never got like an actual picture for it, so I just think of Dusknoir, the Pokemon.
Crim's 8 wisdom is a bit faster than his 20 int, and he briefly says, "Did he just die again?" Then he just remembers, oh no, wait, no, probably.
If only. Something tells me with this arrangement, the core Allegiance agents will not have to lie in their propaganda now.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing taken care of. Let's see how the in concert folks are feeling and see Dad. Hopefully he's receptive.
Can do. Yeah, well, we shall say we've gained the aid of a person whose death served us far more than his life until now ever did.
Let's not threaten my dad just in case.
That's ominous.
Just-
And this is our prize negotiator, fellows.
He gets the same look that Crim gets with the dinner plate eyes when he gets the wrong idea.
Rally the people. Krola nods to you seriously. Soon you have to... Well, I suppose... How are you getting there? It's on an island, a few islands away.
And if you'd like, we don't need a plant anymore. I have a spell for that.
Oh wait, we made the
too?
boat. We made the cart into a boat.
Yeah.
We did.
Wait, did
The
they,
wagon-
did they actually get that far into it? Because they literally just asked about it yesterday in World. How much progress did they make?
Yeah, do they have that?
So, Piper and Dynamo have spent yesterday learning from some local people in the shipyard, maybe asking for Turner's help with modifying the wagon. And they've made the wagon not into a boat per se, but now it floats and it doesn't capsize instantly, and it might even survive some sea travel, but it certainly can't survive, 40 people or 30 people, whatever it is, of sea travel.
I would like to think that perhaps so maybe to make it more sense, maybe Dynamo and Piper were not asking for permission so much as potentially asking for forgiveness, meaning they were probably already doing it, and all the time we're just away.
Oh, yeah.
It's on for a month.
And they're like, so how would you guys feel if we?
Fine with it.
How would you feel if we decided to start making some modifications? Oh, bullshit. Too bad.
Yeah, that's basically we can't get there manually, so we will probably need some magical transport for this. What was the thing you said you had, Bugle?
Just teleport.
Well,
Oh, you
we
straight
probably
up have teleport. Do we have a
we probably should have
do we
coordinated
have a
this, Bugle.
GPS from there to make sure we don't accidentally go to a different island?
Oh, you also took teleport?
Yeah, but I imagine we can probably say that, hey, we coordinated this, and then
I mean, that means we can teleport twice in a day. So
It's true.
That's actually a big upgrade.
yeah. I also just figured it's probably not fair for Doc always have to dedicate his highest level spell to this, so let's free him up this time.
If we so wanted, we could return to where that skirmish went, and bring back one of the people who died then. I guess if nothing else to see if we're actually changing the past. But I thought for another day.
So much you can do, but how best to spend your efforts and resources?
good question.
We'd have to stock up on a lot of diamonds. Maybe
Shall
one
we
has
just
an
go-
engagement ring.
If only. Shall we just go there with the plants, if we can, or no?
We can get there by wagon, yes.
Oh yeah.
No, not quite.
You all could, slowly, but not all the people you have with you.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Too much of a load.
Is there any sort of ship docks here of people who would be able to sail us over there if we paid them?
Oh yeah.
There seems to be. You might have to roll some skill checks to find passage.
What kind
Let's
of
do
skill
it.
checks will we do?
You will have to roll history. No, just kidding. You'll have to
Oh.
roll...
Investigation?
This will be... You know that streetwise skill thing I had in mind that we decided was sort of more a mix of other skills? Oh, that'd be so perfect here.
Can I do just persuasion or something?
Sure, yes. Tell me
Okay.
how
Sure.
you do it.
Did you mean what was it, charisma, insight, or something? As streetwise?
I forget mechanically what stats it was.
I could also.
Yeah, it was...
I don't know. Have insight if I could use that. That would be better if I could use that, but persuasion's fine too.
I like to mention the equivalent of this
It's
is
really tricky with this system, isn't it?
it's like a bunch of superheroes talking about all their one time a day instant transmission teleportation powers, and then go take the bus.
Well, it's like that in nature too. Despite what you might think, birds don't always like to fly. If they can walk, they'll walk because flying is a lot of energy.
I will just. Cashmere will go over to one of the shipmasters or someone who has a ship, and we'll just tell them, "Hey, look, I've got to be somewhere on this other island today. My family, we're having a big party and everything, and I don't want to be late. Can you help me with that?"
You,
At that point, it's deception.
Is it?
Yeah, you're lying.
mean, It's.
I don't know.
Either
That's
or.
right.
All right, you approach an uplifted dolphin fellow who's currently using some ropes with a couple other people to pull a moderately sized sailing vessel. They just are unloading some fish from it. So yeah, roll persuasion or deception.
I'll just go persuasion. Which is higher.
You rolled an
17?
11.
He lied as easily as he breathed.
17. He says, yeah. Wouldn't want you to miss your family party?
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
it was,
Yeah. Oh, and I hope you don't mind. I've got a lot of people I've got to bring with me. You know us rabbits. And I've got a cart as well. It's a big. We're coming from a long ways. You know how it is.
Oh. Yeah. You got a cart here on this island. You're a very resourceful family. I would love to help you out.
Yeah. Well, it's just how it is. We have to take a lot of boats to get where we need to be. Don't worry about it. I'll reimburse you. Don't worry.
He laughs and there's like a little puff of moisture from his blowhole. Okay, let's talk prices. And
7 billion.
he says if it's really a rush job and they could have some time to get rid of all the fish and stuff.
We're paying for expedite.
And you're going to Alvriam, which we'll say is, I don't know, like 100 miles away. No, that's probably too much.
Is that how much it is?
Let's say it's 50 miles.
It's about 8. It's
5
probably
gold
close.
pieces.
5 gold? Phew, really running me out of house and home with that one. But sure, I can pay that.
Good.
He will reach into his pocket and just throw 5 pieces, and he'll throw an extra one on the house.
6 gold. All right,
Yeah.
he is excited.
It's Frontier, so they don't even give you paper tickets.
The other people look around, interested at that very fast exchange. Not even any more bargaining. Seem to expect more of that. And he says double time. There's an extra 2 copper for people who can get these fish off faster than we usually do. That sort of talk. In a few hours, you have a vessel, type of which I shall now research and determine.
All right,
Okay.
guys, who wants to inflate the economy here?
Yeah, we had to build a peasant railgun with 3 gold.
It
Cashmere
is
will,
a cargo ship.
a what ship?
A cargo ship. That's what it is.
Okay. Cashmere will motion for all the others to come over, while he's standing near the ship with his arms crossed. I got us some transport.
Good man.
Hooray!
Oh, wow. Great.
I can use the map. Yeah. Let's have the time skip of the Indiana Jones style red dot moving across the map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of travel speed, one other
Wait,
thing I
was
forgot to
cap over his
mention.
eyes.
The team would notice that Crim is now about 11% faster in the air.
You bitch.
How specific.
His flying speed is now 50.
Turner's gonna always cast a long shot on himself now.
Right. So you go not too far to one of the biggest islands, passing some others, and because of the gracious tip you've given Cashmere, this dolphin fellow who's leading this fishing expedition turns tourist. Seems like he's a local. He's like, oh yeah, that island doesn't have any natural predators. That one, there's orchards for miles, but it's terribly cursed. If you try and go there and stay for longer than one night, terrible things happen. Oh, and that one, it goes on as you pass more and more islands.
Can I do a
It's a
history
pretty
check
dense
on the
chain.
cursed one?
Sure.
That one.
If you stay for more than one night, the plants come alive and fucking
Do
kill
I-
you and turn you into fertilizer. That's why there's so many orchards, you know?
Do I use my resolve? I'm just kidding.
You feel
Whoa,
like
it's really cursed.
Tim's cursed. I don't know. Sure.
He somehow skipped that lesson.
And you arrive on Alriam, which again has a zillion billion ports and docks and walkways and this just massive wooden construction that's built around the actual island. The surface area for the wooden constructions is probably as much as actual land mass, especially because a lot of it centrally is mountainous. but he takes you to the spot that is closest to the headquarters of the mules. And heading there... Mules, 1 moment.
I feel like riding this boat, it's kind of like riding like the Staten Island ferry. Like you can very easily tell like the tourists versus like people who this is just their commute. They're all on the inside of the boat.
Yeah.
Just once, Turner sits in the crow's nest.
Wow.
Where it belongs.
Load screen occurs.
Loading,
Where
loading.
was that bit? That's right.
Crim's taking deep breaths, trying to calm himself and recall what's the best way to approach this, just thinking to himself.
Yeah. You know, this kind of beats jumping between missions via plants.
And remember, for now, no time powers.
Oh,
Course.
right. Almost forgot. When was the last time I used mine, actually?
Well then, summon the version of yourself that didn't forget.
I don't think
This
that's how
time
that
it's-
works.
Different. As you arrive at that entrance, which is, again, a bunch of military tents and like a big bunker sort of thing built into the sand that goes underground, it's been built outward a lot more. There's a lot more commotion. The locals have moved their stalls and buildings and civilian vessels to other places. It's got to have at least double as many personnel as when you were last here.
Jeez, they doubled in like a week. It's crazy.
Yeah, they fortified quickly. They mobilized quickly, it seems.
Well, when you think about it, that's not too crazy, because timeline-wise, it was a month for them to get this established, more or less. Maybe a little less. So 1 extra week, it adds up.
You see some interesting new body language. Whenever two of them converse, they all have tall postures, and one of them and then the other will often do this strange movement where it's like they have a hip spasm and their leg moves behind them. But after some time, you would identify it as a sort of salute. Like a mule kicking behind them after a stubborn command resisted, something like that. There's more symbology on the clothing and the pins and stuff they have. Wade, this is familiar territory for you. And a lot more sense of
military branch.
purpose rather than just ragtag rebels.
It's just like home. This is slightly reassuring.
Do you mean that sarcastically or not?
Kind of, but well, depends on what Bo's needs versus what it deserves.
Crim doesn't have the wisdom to understand that.
Greeted by a capybara woman, an imposing form. She steps forth from the shadows and that trench entrance, which is relatively heavily guarded. Alt, my name is Dynid. Who? She looks like she suddenly knows the answer. Are you, and why are you here?
The Hunted Five and others.
Yeah, and I did, but always a pleasure. We seek audience with the father of our one Crim over here.
Hi.
Hi. Right. Do you have an appointment?
No, but it's a matter of relative importance, I think, to the organization here.
Crim raises a paw. It's a little hazy since we had some memory stuff going on, but we might have said that we would follow up on that mission that you were keeping an eye on in concert. That's that, in addition to some new information that cropped up in the past.
So is this a
12
debrief or
hours
something
so.
actually important, worth interrupting in? Convince me.
Oh, okay. Well, these people might want to join the mules, kind of, and also those who don't want to join, we have some important collaboration proposals to make that probably only the top. Crim glances at Wade. Brass would be able to.
There's a slow nod.
Would would be able to approve of.
Yeah, it would provide a significant increase to the intelligence of the organization and your capability to strike the Koi Hunters where it hurts.
Okay, one of you roll persuasion, please.
Do we have to ask?
Fuck no. You do it, Wade.
I got it.
Go!
This is the wonderful thing about being a face where I gotta force myself into conversations. Good times.
It is
Very
persuasive to force yourself into a conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Resolve.
resolve that. Yeah, it's early.
That'll do.
Yours.
All of a sudden. Okay. She nods. Yeah. Right this way.
Yeah, and just to get a lay of the land and the formatting here, I wonder if you could perhaps show me how to do the. And he gives like a kind of, as best he can, imitation of like the kick.
Yeah. Not even cracking a smile, she does. She kind of like, can't really imitate it, but while I'm sitting, but you like flex your hip, raise the knee, and then kick like at a 45 degrees angle behind you and to the left if it's your left leg.
I imagine she like kicks the side of his leg like an instructor to like correct him.
Yeah, yes, no.
Does Crim more or less have home field advantage of doing that since he's much closer to mule shaped?
Yes, you will have advantage on the dexterity checks to do this.
The sleight of foot
Good,
check.
because he has -1 on them.
Yeah. Could it be performance?
He'd still
Yes,
have -1 on
very
them.
well, very well. Okay,
All right.
she leads you in. It's not quite an angry beehive here, but people coming in and out are going quickly. There's sleuths that are quick. People aren't clogging the corridors. It's like burgeoning bigger now, like it wasn't meant for this many people. There's a lot of scout reports going back and forth. There's a lot of, I've got level 2 clearance, this needs to go this way now, and the trenches, you actually hear them say the word trenches. Gonna need reinforcements.
Wade lights up.
You are hustled past all of that. And she knocks on a door. And a few moments later, you are greeted by Doso Dola himself, opening the door back up and, oh, welcome! Makes room for all of you to enter.
Sir? And Wade just like the back kick.
He smiles and does the kick too. Haven't really gotten the hang of it yet myself. Good for you, you're a natural.
Sometimes that makes two of us, but we have a debriefing of a recent attack and a proposal to make from it, if you'll hear our words.
Yeah, he welcomes you into a basic bunker. There's not too much here. There's some furniture that looks local and definitely doesn't suit the mood of the place. Him, a few other folks here. One of them smoking, just like you are wont to do. Wade. That certainly fits the mood of the place. They move some maps and tokens and other wartime paraphernalia out of the way. Some people are like quick to block it with their bodies, and one of them murmurs an incantation, and some of it starts to shimmer in an illusory fashion, but so sort of just says, no, it's fine.
Oh, Crim knows that spell.
Yeah, I'll say that Wade gives like a little debriefing. He just like towers over one of the maps, absolutely like a general giving a report. Just a little minor illusion as a bunch of little figurines pop up. He starts giving like a account of like how the attack happened in the farmhouse and such.
Ooh. Okay, you get resolve.
You used your resolve just now, right? Yeah, take my resolve. That's cool.
Okay. Yeah, it's impressive. And while you're doing this, people are checking you, if you permit them to, at least. Just making sure you're yourselves and not some programmed illusion or intelligent bomb or something crazy.
Of course.
We dealt with some of those.
It was quite the loss for, I think, all of us, but we could potentially turn it into a bit of a victory, at least in regards to cooperation between these varying branches of all of us.
Yeah, right to the point. I was still on the debrief. You left Kellen alive with his power, we noted. We had a spy, if you will, there, too. How did you come to that decision? We couldn't hear the conversation.
Who is he referring to specifically? We left
The guy-
The Raven.
The guy that sent Crim into the evil dimension.
Yeah.
Right. Who possibly sent Crim either in the far past or far future to witness the creation destruction of the universe. Understood.
In the very near immediate future, he seemed content to be left to his own devices. And with our bigger priority lying with our common enemy, I figured we'd best not make another.
Yeah, well, he'll probably become an enemy again time down the line. But for now,
There was a point where I considered him to be like much more of a danger than necessary, but we were very exhausted. If we picked a fight with him, that would not have ended well for the main mission, so we had to triage what to do about that.
There's definitely a pin
That's-
in that, however.
That's a shame. He may have convinced you, and maybe he truly is content to be left to his own devices. But no one else sees him that way. He's probably picked off by now by a Scorcher-led hit squad. If his power is what it is, it could be very important for extracting information from our captured units. So you can kiss any further interaction with him goodbye, unless the gods smile on us greatly for your kindness.
Yeah. We weren't happy about that, admittedly, but we were stretched thin at that point.
If need be, we can find him.
One does not show up to a party full of koi hunters if they're not a survivor.
Perhaps I'm not giving him enough credit. Fair point. Well, you
It
said
was a
something
cool
about
power too.
it was cool.
Yeah, I don't know what I saw, but I wanted to study it more. It's too bad he uses it to torture people.
Yeah, Crim was our good old test target for it.
That's nice. Crim.
It wasn't his decision, just so you know. Nor any of ours.
Yeah, but we bring those who remain from the assault, and them and us, I suppose, are looking for a bit of guidance for the future. So, and Crim will give or Red will give a little gesture to Crim to basically make his same proposal of like meshing the two organizations and acting as a bridge between them.
Yeah, so more or less going over what had all been discussed in prior sessions. And as a bargaining chip, Crim will request that whoever's holding on to it will present the business affidavit thing from the mob. As also to sweeten the deal, here's something that you can directly benefit from, while we also mutually benefit from the shared intelligence and all that.
Okay.
I don't think we need to zoom in for all that because we did it like twice so far, so I think we're good there.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything further to add on that.
As you start sort of making demands with no prior, well, not demands, but strong negotiating points
Proposals.
with this, proposals with this leader guy with no appointment. There's some looks between some of the other people in the room, some chuckles. And when you pull out this thing with the mob, some whispers, and one person's like, "Oh, they're the Hunted Five after all." Sosodola says, "This is a stark philosophical contrast. We, as you know, believe that time powers are in the wrong hands, and they need to go to people with a mule's resolve to not use them, to help prevent corruption. We must take the powers, put them in people who will not use them, for there to ultimately be peace. Whereas, in concert, believes very differently. They believe that violence against a fellow uplifted, however justifiable, is wrong, period. How can we work with people like that in a shared goal? It doesn't make sense.
Well, despite their name, they're not all in concert about that aspect of it.
It's like trying to ask a wasp and an ant to work together.
Hey, they
I
could work together
get
well
that.
enough, I think.
Oh,
But
BRB.
what? Oh no, he's
Oh.
dead.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello?
That insulting? I'm sorry.
Where did
What
I cut
happened?
off? I don't know.
You
Oh, did you like
heard the
not
whole
hear
thing.
us?
No, I froze when I began
Oh,
my monologue.
Okay, we heard
I
you.
thought it was,
I heard everything. We heard the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a bad, like IRL thing. Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
we
too.
heard-
So I was like, okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard everything up to and including you saying, "Oh, BRB," and then you just.
Yeah. If is the dog throwing up?
okay.
No, that's
But,
fine. You all were just frozen. I don't know.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We heard that.
But yeah, Turner had said in response, like, despite their name, they're not in concert about that, in regards to the non-violence thing.
I,
Yeah. Oh, go, Alex.
Go, Alex.
I would like to think that we were fairly successful employing a hybrid of both of your methodologies.
You were. At the party, you mean?
Naturally.
And also,
To be-
I guess, technically, also the farm attack, since we did kill them.
Yeah, to be frank, if you're looking for an opportunity to change their philosophy, you will not find a better time.
If you already have, they want to work with us as a bridge between the mules and the in concert philosophies of maybe time powers will temporarily be needed. We do need to use violence to stop violent overtakers. And once this is all over, we'll gladly give up the time powers. Better yet, though, we'd like to find a way to get rid of the time powers entirely. Then nobody has to be a vessel at all.
And we have a lead on that.
And I'm not a history guy, but isn't it a thing where there's like a Institute of War and Institute of Peace or whatever you call it? Can I actually do a history check for that? See
Yeah,
how
he
much
seems
damage-
very,
I'll
very
give you
interested by
advantage.
what. Seems very interested by what you said, Turner. But yeah, feel free to roll ahead.
I have nothing in this, but
And IRL, I have no idea
For-
what you're talking about. With an Institute of Peace or War.
it's like do I have advantage?
Yeah, I said I'll give you help.
What?
Oh, okay.
For what it's worth, I think what Cash might actually be talking about, in addition to that, is that how sometimes two regions that may be opposed to one another may hold a temporary alliance if there is a third faction that is a bigger problem.
Well-
That happens all the time in international politics.
Actually, what Cashmere was implying was that in like a organization, there's one side of it that like focuses on war and one side that focuses on peace. And like with the role,
Like
he's
diplomacy?
like wondering yeah, where he heard something like that from.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like a common enough concept. You could be familiar with that. There's some historical event of minor importance in Bosa's history that is a common touch point for you both, we'll say.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the goal of In Concert is minimizing destruction. If their intelligence can turn your blunt hammer into a precise chisel, I think that would be to both your benefits.
Less energy, more impact, that's true.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I recognize that everyone should be playing to their strengths, since we share the goal of taking down the Allegiance in peace, war of the same gold piece, however you wish to phrase it, their metaphors. But our way is superior, dare I say it, and that's why I'm leading this organization. I believe strongly in this. And would they just lay down their foolish ideology and join us, we'd be successful more quickly.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you dislike more? Cooperating within concert, or the Koi Allegiance continuing to exist?
And another thing to consider, would you really want many of them actually on the front lines?
You mean the in-concert people?
Yeah.
Oh.
There would be nothing but fodder.
I did not think this was going to be about this again. I need a few minutes. My feathers are all, he's like all flustered and puffed up. Thank you for the information from your perspective of the party, but let's discuss this more in a moment. I need some water.
All right. You have all been mobilizing fast here. Is there some sort of counteroffensive at play? Or...
Yes, General Orthiar. I'm going to take him and his power. I need water. He leaves the room.
Crim will attempt an insight check as he is leaving to get a vibe of, is this how he is when work gets stressful, or is this a new evolved kind of deal where could suppressing his time power for so long be having an effect on him or some such?
Could that be an Arcana check?
Because he's your puppy.
All right.
I'm trying to gauge the effect that the power might have.
Yeah, specifically for the power, you could do Arcana.
Okay. If that's the case, that actually will help me significantly, though I still didn't roll the best even with advantage. We have ourselves a 23 Arcana check.
Okay. Could you give me a separate roll for insight then too, please?
Understood. And that one's also advantage?
Yeah, because he's your dad and you know very much how he is in certain situations.
Okay. I rolled very well, but...
But it's less still, I'm guessing.
I have -1, so 17.
Okay. Regarding the Arcana and the time power thing, decidedly not. Whether he is coy or is not coy, is choosing to or not choosing to, unless he's overusing his power and like becoming a certain weird mental way because of that, it wouldn't be that source. With a 17, he seems flustered. He's not faking that. You would probably think, Crim, this is just him in a stressful situation. He has always been stubborn and a rule stickler, and this is my opinion, I'm sticking with it, and now that it's being challenged, he's just fleeing the situation and needs to reevaluate.
Crim will convey this to the others, and then he'll... Will?
So, how exactly did those two get together in the first place?
Well, I mean, it was before my time. I wouldn't know specifically. But, you know, people meet, people change, people grow up together. Things change a lot. I'm sure when things get peaceful again, maybe they'll rekindle something and they'll stop fighting. But, well, aside from that, I think if we want to convince him, we can't go head on. Once he's set in his ways, he gets a little stubborn. You need to make it seem like it was his idea. So maybe we should see how some of the others are. After all, it was suggested from someone that just as there are some folks in Concert who aren't so sure about the philosophy, maybe there's some in the Mules who aren't so sure either.
Maybe we need to let them make a case.
We have people from both sides. They'll have to be the bridge.
Yeah, we can search around at this encampment for that.
Well,
at the end...
Go on. No, you're first. You're still talking.
At the end of the day, our goal is to bring the negotiating positions of the Mules and In Concert together. I believe right now our odds of affecting In Concert are much more than the Mules, or at least the In Concert that we have. The philosophy of pacifism has left them a legion of dead.
And
well, no, there are still some people within Concert who are strongly against us. They're the ones who didn't come with us. But I still agree that In Concert has been generally more receptive, and I think that's natural. The types of personalities you expect from the Mules are going to be the ones that are resolute to not use something so tempting. So obviously they're going to be resistant to something that would shake that. We just need to find a different angle, and maybe it'll work.
It also might be less receptive to us pilfering members from their ranks to join our third party.
Well, we can't do that. That kind of happened naturally within concert, so we'll see what happens with them.
An uplifted seal fellow who seems to be high enough up in this organization to share this room during this conversation sort of waddles his way closer to you and has a chin off to the side. Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
Thank you. I am Perrado, and the idea you bring is not something our good friend and leader Soso Dodaz likely to accept at its face. It's a very repugnant idea to him because it goes so strongly against what he believes. It sounds like you are aware of this.
I understand. After all, if the core is to not use the time powers to avoid absolute corruption, it makes sense.
Have you another suggestion?
There is an idea that has been floating around since the mules were created. There are folks who do want to work with these other factions, and working within concert on their operations would be something that is of interest to these new mules. But it is not an idea that is spoken of not only to respect the solidarity of what is happening here, but also not to jeopardize each of our places in the organization who has these thoughts.
Are you included in that?
Yes, I am.
I don't believe he'd be speaking to us if not.
The proposal is we discuss things with these people, maybe go on, find some objectives that are shared between the mules and In Concert, find people in Concert who are in a similar position, have these people work together and prove that they can cooperate. I think something along those lines.
I know of many names on the top of my head already who, if you knew of such an operation, would be eager to help, who do not like so much the absolute and, rule 1, 2, and 3, etc. that is required to be under the banner of the mules. And perhaps if that is successful, those ideas can spread. And I'm sure you being here, and as reports from what you have done continue to spread, more will be receptive. This is not perdition, it is pragmatism.
I agree.
And if your good leaders receive help from In Concert, he doesn't necessarily need to know it's from In Concert. If we could find a way to float the intelligence anonymously and still achieve results, well, he doesn't know what hurt him.
I think at some point we do want him to know that's where the help's coming from. That's the whole point. But maybe not initially.
We'll let him know after it's already helped.
Yeah, not at first. After all, it's kind of like when they had to convince me to eat veggies by hiding it in the spaghetti.
By the way, I meant sedition, not perdition. Anyway, well, good. I will let this meeting continue. I'm sure he'll be back any moment. It usually takes about 3.5 minutes for him to get water. There is something that might shake his foundation. I will bring it up to him.
Okay, well, we don't plan on pushing him too hard from here if you have alternatives, so we'll just make sure that he can still lead properly because the mules are still good. We kind of still need the forces, and we can't have him too frazzled and paranoid.
Yeah. Agreed. Alright. He waddles off. He smells like roses, which is very unusual for a seal.
Crim is very curious about that history check. What culture would have that going on?
Okay, history check.
Fuck, 13.
Gene, you're not aware of any specific one. He just seems to be pretty different from the typical mindset of uplifted seals and pinnipeds.
Yes, different.
Probably from that fucking peacock.
My mother was a peacock. My father was a walrus. Wait, that doesn't work.
That's how you get like a peacock walrus griffin.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I never did enough with griffins. Anyway.
Wait. What did Wait a second. I have on my notes that the droughts tend to mark their scent with perfume scented with roses and strawberries. Would Cashmere
Ooh.
remember this?
Yeah? Sure.
He has the item that lets him remember it.
Yeah, he does.
But does he remember to use it because he's trying to remember something?
I feel like when he smells it, he would remember, like, wait a second.
It's like checking his doodle list.
Yeah, I've been smelling that my whole life.
Okay.
Cashmere would say, that guy smells familiar. I feel like the drafts used to use perfume like that.
Oh.
He looks back at you when you say that word. Goes back to his spot and begins conversing with some other fellow.
I guess they've got things from all walks of bows, huh?
Yeah, strange bedfellows. I hope not literally, if it smells that familiar.
Trying to raise a brow.
I don't know what a seal would have to do with them, though. Huh.
You guys are
Weird.
kind of close to the coastline.
Right, you're just north of Ilio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also returns, looking much more relaxed. Oh, I'm very sorry. Yes, where were we? Something about, oh yes, I remember now. I just don't see how it's possible. You ask a typical mule to work with a typical in-concert member. I feel like they'd be at each other's throats rather than the allegiances.
That's true. It wouldn't be something that we'd try to impose upon everyone. There are still folks in concert who are non-violent even after the attack. Frustrated us too. We'll be honest about that.
It wouldn't be quick or easy. Well, we need some time to feel out the concept if we did go along with that.
It's a little what's the word? Slapdash.
Rotor says, forgive me for interrupting. Last time you were here, I heard through the grapevine that there was some talk of recovery after the invocation or use of these time powers in regards to the absolute edict to never ever use them, even if one's life is at risk.
Oh, yes. From what we have seen, if you use it once every so often, and, like, not every encounter that you have with the enemy, but once every other or so, there's no long-term effect.
I heard a not very trustworthy report that matches that. It is a concept we're still considering, but would be very dangerous to openly embrace because of the consequences if we are wrong. Do you have any sort of time frame or further understanding than your words just now?
Crim glances at the others as if for approval of something.
Turner kind of has an idea of what you're getting at. He at least will nod.
Yeah, we just.
Turner,
Crim sighs and says, "Okay, here's my notes," and he just plops down this fucking thick wad of, like, not wad, but like stack of paper. I made copies.
You just see a little slash that says once per encounter.
you know, Crim.
What does this mean?
Crim. I thought you were going to maybe ease into it.
Well, I mean, what's the point? They want to be straight to the point. Here's my notes.
What does this mean? Once per 2 full and meaningful combat encounters?
What about when you're just like
basically,
what about when you're just like traveling the roads? Oh, we haven't tried that enough yet.
Crim had anticipated this in particular because he knew, like, eventually the secret was going to come out, and they didn't want to scare his father into be like, I'm using time powers. So this is an anonymized version of the notes that Crim had taken of, like, this is what happens when this happens, this effect, following effects, adverse effect from one uplifted when using it 3 times within this time frame, but then and marked irritability and isolation and obsession, and then when X time, this is referring to when Cash did it, and then when X time passed, behavior went back to normal brutishness.
Any other characters, patterns that is included in these notes that you guys can think of? Or it's just Cashmere?
Of the party, Cashmere's the only one who had gone past the limit.
Yeah, I mean, Wade can mention, like, the time he used it back in Mafia Town, and he didn't seem to feel any adverse effects after using the power once.
Well, we're not revealing at this point that we are the ones who have them. The notes are anonymized.
Yeah, Crim will note the effects and what happened and how long it was and what happened afterwards, and he will also bring up a very notable one. Fucking Mr. Time Stop Man, before Crim acquired the power, he was alarmingly unchanged.
Stop. Who's Mr. Time Stop Man again? Oh, in the mountains, right? Okay.
He was always crazy.
No, not that one.
The
SHL.
What's his name? The SHL.
Oh,
the Time Master.
He's like, was a showman before, is a showman then, is a showman after. The time powers appear to have next to no effect on his person. He was very rational and appeared to give up his time power readily if asked.
Relatively
and
rational.
So on and so forth. And basically, he was there were a lot of notes that Crim took on that one in particular just because of how exceptional it was to, like, wow, this is actually, like, 0 adverse effect as far as we can see beyond just being an idiot.
Oh, that's the trick. If you're stupid, it doesn't hurt you as much.
It appeared to be inherent.
To be fair, it wasn't somebody who was asked to, he was contract bound to leave it.
Yeah, but even then, like...
He didn't fight it, though.
You guys didn't talk with him all too long or know him too well, but yeah, fair.
But we also did have, like, the chicken man.
That wasn't for a terribly long time, but yeah, we we also made note of the dude who did the healing, but like terrible healing, and how that did develop into an obsession, but not like a psychologically tilted obsession, but just one that had to be talked out of and eased out of, and eventually figured out how to get rid of that power, and then afterwards he seemed to be on track to healing. That sort of thing. Were there any ones that were definitely, like, uber crazy?
I mean, the ones that we killed, like the ones the guys that came after us.
That's true.
That either killed or went to jail.
Yeah, that dude just wandered off. He seemed fine afterwards, and that was like with overuse. So that's like one of the examples of don't use it this much. Just based on the extrapolation of how regularly they seem to use it.
In the case of the original Turtle Man, he just seemed very depressed when we finally took it out of him.
A woman, as you're giving this report, one of the other few people in the room makes a gesture and says, "Yes, Elmond." And she says, "Sir, these match our reports. We've had a few now, and you can tell she's tiptoeing, choosing her words cautiously. It is suggestive. The people you've assigned to this, our opinion is that this corruption is not permanent. That," and so interrupts. No, it's nothing is provable. We do not have the means to properly study these things and fully understand them like we can with that identifying spell. It's probably simply corruption that's well hidden. Like they've learned to live with it, to cope with it. Just like anxiety and depression and other psychological things. Not that I would know. Yes, sir.
I'm not Crim's not laughing, but that's fucking funny.
As he's saying this, Cashmere is like slowly raising an eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
I'd be laughing if I wasn't crying.
Wade just raises a cigar. At the end of the day, power is a vice, and the way to control any sort of vice, the means to oppose it is.
Oh no. Now my Discord is messing up. Well, let's give me a quick moment here to see if I can fix this.
Soon, all the other 4 of us will have a moment like this.
Okay, so it was my turn.
Yeah,
Alright, so
we're
we're back. Oops.
We're back.
There we are.
Yeah, Wade was just going over
Device,
the idea of not being controlled by a vice and using moderation to conquer it.
Huh.
He says this while smoking a cigarette.
Immediately, that's kind of the point.
Well done, Vigil.
That is a very dangerous idea to explore without absolute certainty, for it is the very foundation of the beliefs that unite us all and make us function as a force against the Koi allegiance. If we're collecting these powers and then begin to say, oh, but you can use them here and there, and we don't quite understand, and it's different per person, soon we have chaos, and soon we have new people who want more powers, be generating Koi hunters. We're an organization of lies. You see the problem.
Crim nods and says, well, I mean, I get that, especially if you can't really test it safely. That makes a lot of sense. If you don't know the dangers for something that can have such permanent, divine, soul-deep effects, of course you'd be worried. It makes total sense. But hypothetically, let's say that you met someone who seemed perfectly normal to you for quite a while and just didn't show any signs of abnormalities, but then it turns out you learn later that they have been using time powers. Not a lot, but, you know, my notes, as you can see, there are people who just use them and didn't show any signs of psychological, mental, or spiritual damage. Or physical.
I would like you to make a deception check, even though you're not lying.
I know why it's a deception check.
It's a live omission.
That Crim has a. Does Crim have disadvantage on this because it's his father?
No.
Is this a give and take?
No. I feel like Crim probably didn't lie to his dad very much. I don't know.
I mean, he was probably too dead to lie for most of it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Rolling deception. You know, that's. I know it's like really bad, but like I feel like that roll in itself is bad. So even though I have a -1, I'm using a resolve so I can at least try to get above 10.
I have a way to potentially help.
12.
Turner is going to is going to use a subtle spell to tell Alex, give Crim a hand here, please, referring to guidance. I will help you be discreet.
I don't know that's an option.
I was thinking I can help you be discreet.
Oh yeah, you can
Subtle spell it.
Turner is
hide
able
the
to
hide the components.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm using 2 sorcery points for this.
Okay, if I can, with Turner's help, subtle spell a guidance.
That's a D4, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Crim, take deep breaths. You're a stuttering mess. Add a D10.
I like this.
Right,
I like how you
hang
said
on.
that. Add a D10 in the same exact tone as your as your dialogue.
The 13 has become a 23.
Dang.
D10, just like that game of orcs and humans we were playing. If I told you the stat block that So has, I think I have to tell you straight up, it's funny. 23, you said it's become?
Yeah, well,
I rolled a 3 and a 7.
Okay.
Wait, I thought you said you had a 12.
Oh yeah, 22. Math was wrong.
Okay. Well, you speak very non-stuttery and very subtly, guided by forces beyond yourself. And no one in the room, except maybe your party members, some of them at least, who know you very well, understand what you're going for and kind of, oh, it's definitely not us or anyone you know, but theoretically. And he just carries on smoothly. It would be imperfect, but if it was fact that there was no discernible change in their behavior, for moons even, with them using the powers, well, we'd have to rethink a lot of things. I don't know how public we should go with that revelation.
Well, it helps that... go on.
No, you.
It helps that, as mules, you all are a circle of accountability. As far as we've been seeing, all the abuse of these time powers and this escalation of the minds has come from either rogue actors or people encouraging their own philosophy of taking more. It's a lot harder to abuse something when you know all your comrades will be watching you and have a sword hanging over your head if you do.
So, grunts and he's right. Also even, yes. You make much sense. Wish you were here full time. Could be advising each other and making this... trails off. Yes, Namo?
Appealing to what he knows his father is probably very into, Crim will say, and if they ever use a time power, they probably will have to make a report for each and every time. That way you can track it.
Wade just sighs, oh god.
Also does the reverse. Oh, yes, a paper trail, something we could all inspect, and more data? Absolutely. I've always been a stickler for the rules. Rules keep us honest and guide us.
I see another mediation report. I'm going to die.
And if you were to find these people who have used these powers and were sane and unexpectedly, would you try to imprison them or things like that?
No, and we do not imprison coy among our ranks. In fact, the most resolute among us are treated as sort of the lady-in-waiting for the powers. We have prisons ready for those who disobey our code.
Yeah, I meant, like, those people who had used their powers.
Ah, yes. Yes, we all know what's at stake, and there is that one absolute rule. Without it, we would just be people who, for many reasons, oppose the Koi allegiance, and I just don't think it works that well. I don't know.
I see.
There are many turbulent ideas and new factions within factions. I don't know. He looks around the room. Here and elsewhere.
If we're not careful, we'll be fighting each other when Scrooge's body hits the floor.
Once, I meant more people who use the powers before joining the mules, and then, like, they aren't under your code yet. What would you do for them? And you found out they're perfectly sane.
Like a contract, like mercenary work, help us with this operation, but you have no formal ties to us. Well, if such a thing were to be arranged, for the short term, sure, but towards the end, when there is a reckoning, when we are in power and must decide what becomes of the powers, then it will become divisive.
I mean, that makes sense, but ideally, if we can just get rid of the powers entirely, that'd be the ideal solution. But it's good to have a backup.
Well, he looks at Turner, following that lead. Almost sounds mythological. No one knows where they came from. If you have more information, concrete, with a report even, yes, a report. That would be wonderful.
I'll have it on your desk soon, boss.
I'll say we'll keep in touch with that. There's still data we're collecting.
Well, how do you all feel about trenches?
Do you mean
an old friend?
I assume we don't mean the coats.
We
Trench coat.
We had
Trench coat.
we had long coats. back in the forest.
Because I'm not too far off. He's kind of like just gesturing to his robe.
Yeah, he mentioned you're up against General Orthia.
Yes, there are other matters I should attend to that I was in the middle of, frankly. Would you speak to Parado about this? He's, a right-hand man, if you will.
Okay.
Good to see you all, and if you stay for longer than an hour or two today, we can talk again. That would be a pleasant diversion, wouldn't it?
Better than a dream. Sounds good, sir. And Wade gives like a little stomp kick.
Returns it.
Hang on. I need to roll a dexterity check for me. Yeah, that makes sense. Crim tries it and falls over.
How did you?
I rolled a 2. I got a
How?
1.
You have 4 legs. How did you?
I don't know.
He's never been, well, I shouldn't say. Who knows what you're up to now. Anyway, he walks off, whistling a merry tune.
Is it out of tune?
No,
There's no way
Yeah, pitch perfect.
There's no way it's out of tune.
Hey, he's not the singer in the family.
Parado, with a bit of help from some other folks in the room, tell you about their current main struggle, which is trying to count how many marbles there are in a jar so that they could win a prize. I'm just kidding. One sec.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, I think we actually have something that would help with that.
Oh yeah.
Stupid wand of quantify.
Is there a point where we're by ourselves?
It wouldn't be right now, but you could excuse yourselves.
Oh no, Crim will let it wait then.
Okay. They would tell you that they paint a picture of war. It is essentially trench warfare that's happening on the periphery of Karifi right now, where the main offensive is. They're trying to push closer to Braj. There's a General Orthiar, who is in that small suburb, and they've been trying to organize a strike force so they could cut off the head of the snake, maybe take his power too if they're lucky. They say that he can manipulate an area to reproduce things that have already occurred there recently, like explosions
He has a fucking
or
dupe glitch.
magical blizzards, like to regenerate whatever occurred there.
Turner is looking very intrigued by that.
Which is very problematic for the style of warfare that has emerged, you understand. They've got these flooding tactics and they can duplicate it. But they also need to send supplies, but the supply runs are increasingly being harried, and a way to reinforce them. There's multiple ways to help on the war front.
Tell it to me straight. What's the casualty exchange rate between us two sides? Are we sustainable?
It's about that. We're getting recruits. We're getting manpower much faster than we are losing it. There's only so many people in Bose. And the propaganda of the Koi allegiance is quite convincing. So while both sides' forces are growing, there is a great amount of casualties on both sides. It is roughly equal.
So that the stalemate is not to our favor, but not against it.
Yes. Something will shake something up eventually. Who knows when.
Alright, so that's at an unknown status, which means that we have the magic item supply run, and the excess we get from there could be used to supply the mules with shit too. In addition to in concert, of course, because they were the ones who gave us the mission in the first place.
Where was that also, the magic item retrieval one?
Like Karifi, right?
In Karifi?
It was in a location that had not yet been named, but yes. Now, thinking back to it, the memories clarify, and it is in fact in the vast city of Karifi.
Yeah.
Which is enemy territory, but with your guys' abilities to get places as wisps of air and crazy stuff like that, no problem for you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can mention this. We're planning an intelligence out behind enemy lines in Karifi. We're wondering if you have any way to support us perhaps as a distraction, or even just additional resources. I can go into further details.
Well, Turner's more just trying to think of like if the two things we're trying to do happen to be close enough by, because like,
No, they're far.
well, they're still both like in the same direction, because Braj is like far east, and Karifi is also quite east from where we are, so it's not super far away considering our capabilities of getting around.
Oh, I was thinking from the perspective of on one high level spells travel.
Oh yeah, definitely not that. It's like we'd have to find some way to rest, or we'd have to like save one of our spells and then find a place to rest.
Dorado exhales, and instead of smelling like digesting fish, it smells like spring. We could make our gambit one or two strategies that we have in mind, coinciding time-wise with our operation, if it really is going to help take down the Koi Allegiance, whoever is under whoever's banner. Or we could try one of our new illusory strategies to try and draw more manpower to the front lines. If it takes heat off you. You'll have to convince Soso, though, on the importance of that.
Maybe.
Still can't be ideal.
I'm kind of thinking out loud here, but maybe we can think about this during the break.
That
yeah,
is true.
we're at break time, aren't we?
Break time!
Okay, we'll be back in a little
Break.
bit.
Break
Enjoy
time.
this new Vela artwork by the artist KitChat, who had done one of the depictions of Snap's character Cashmere. Although I don't think we've shared that art on stream yet. But anyway,
We
back
have.
soon.
Beep, beep.
One. Dum.
Hello. Hi,
Well.
hello. Hi.
Okay.
We have returned.
We have returned to the moment, which was deciding
Yes.
the party's actions.
Yes.
Right. Party is deep in the bunker underneath the beautiful white sand beaches as they consider how to spend their amazing powers on the fate of this world.
Right.
So
We're alone currently? Or...
we're with that general guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Should I bring my proposal? What's up, Noah?
Yeah, go for it. I was going to
Okay.
say.
Turner's kind of like presumably looking at some type of a map. I would imagine they'd have like the different locations.
Yeah.
And Beal Wade makes his like suggestion to try to get some help diverting, and then he wonders like well, I don't think we should just be making requests like this, but perhaps maybe we can help them, and then they can help us.
Yeah,
Brad is not too far from Karifi.
We did just gain a potentially important supplier of logistics in the form of the mob.
Perhaps we can help them clear out this power that is causing them trouble, and then we can do our sabotage.
Yeah, if you need a strike force, we're your man.
Dorado says, "Oh, really? And what enables you to be such a powerful strike force?"
Well, we did fight Scroocha on our way here.
Held him off at least.
Ha.
Not the sort of person you can fight, as I understand it.
Yeah,
Well-
that doesn't really make a good example. A better example is we killed the mob. He's
Don't
alive
know.
again, though.
Who is that? This is someone's like, Haven? No. Well, a really, really big, important person down there. It's like, okay.
Like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
And I'm sure,
There's
I'm sure
another
you've heard.
example.
Well, I'm sure you've at least heard of the SHL finale.
Oh, yes. I'm aware of SHL.
Well, was there like a name for the finale, like for that battle where Scroocha showed up? They have like a name
Oh,
for
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. Brutal battle. Yeah.
Well, the brutal battle, I mean specifically.
Um, I don't say I know the details of it. Well, I suppose we do not need to
It was us. That's what I'm getting at.
compare sword lengths here. If you have the trust of Sosodola, and you have, well, we all know how that party we surveyed went.
Oh, we do have
Ex-
proof of one other thing. And then Crim pulls out some of the spare swords and shields. A bit depleted, but they still probably have the insignias of them and all that. We kind of destroyed an entire race of horrible fire elementals that were messing with bows. That's a pretty good on the resume, right?
Yeah.
Turner just sighs.
I'd like someone to make a performance check to
Yeah.
convince this guy that you guys are amazing and
Uh,
should be just
uh,
immediately given the task of leading the strike force.
All right. Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Well,
Well,
the strike force, the general thing is after. So right now, our order of operations that we're planning is magic items to supply the trenches, and then strike force for the general.
Well,
Is that the
my initial idea was we help with the trenches, and then we use their help to get into Karifi a bit more quietly.
Oh, okay. I had it in reverse. Understood. Okay.
Yeah. And at
I'll
the end
give
of the
you
day, oh yeah. like everyone else, we cannot kill Scroocha, but even as the Hunted Five, he cannot kill us. We have stopped him many times before. He would have seen all the people that we had brought with us dead. And yet when he saw our work, the first things he said when he came across the farmstead was that he failed. It's good enough for me. So,
That is a pretty good line. That's true.
Yeah.
yes, so we can act as a strike force to help you break this stalemate, be the tip of the spear. And then, in exchange, if you help us with our op for gathering these magic items, we'll be able to provide you with the same items that I can equip your forces.
Okay. Roll.
Pending what we actually
Oh, yeah.
what we actually discover, of course.
Plus 15.
Performance with
Plus 15.
advantage.
Plus 15, bitch.
How disturbing.
Oh,
Do you have resolve?
Wow.
I think I do. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got it again.
You want to use it?
Yeah, let's do it.
But the combat's about to happen.
Jeez.
Well, it beats the 20 threshold. That's pretty important.
Wow.
22, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with having a high visible modifier is they know you rolled shit.
Like, you can do better.
He stares at you, the ghost of a smile in the corner of his mouth as he lowers his voice. Alright, but about what we talked about earlier, how can that play into this? I don't see how this serves your goal, and my goal, honestly, of enabling people who have different ideas, of uniting in concert, and mules, and who knows who else.
Well, in concert is working with our next task. They're the ones who are going to be helping supply us.
Well, we have to prove ourselves, right? To the mules, at least.
You already have some of reputation. There are many who would follow you. Well, a few, at least, depending on where you were going. We know you as the Hunted Five. Those rumors are based on fact of Scrooge's specific desires to have you all above so many others. And then when word spread of how you did all the feats you did at this important party with so many people there of great import, don't exactly need to prove quite so much as you might think.
Let me ask you a question then. Is it just the matters of working with in concert and others where you have a disagreement? Or is it more the core philosophy?
It's parts of both, for sure. But all sorts of people comprise the mule. Some very tightly believe in that and don't care if they work with in concert or not. Some don't care at all about the use of the koi powers, but they absolutely will not work with in concert.
Turner's gonna kind of like point to, or look at Wade and kind of like point to his head.
Yeah. Wade just gives a little wince at the inevitable spell slot use, but yeah, he'll he use it for the spell slot to link everyone up telepathically.
And I'll use another subtle spell.
Could you just be like, excuse the purpose for 1 second and then walk 10 feet away?
No,
okay.
No, he just subtly casted telepathic bond. That's all.
Oh, on the seal guy?
No, on us. The party is what I'm getting at.
Right. Okay.
Because if I use the spell slots in action, I believe.
Subtle spell. So that means it doesn't have a somatic component, right?
Or verbal.
Doesn't have any spell components.
Oh, okay. All right, and so you have linked everyone in the room, just the party.
Just the party.
Yeah.
Except Victoria, who's outside, who's crying inside. That's okay.
What I'm getting at here is perhaps we give them a demonstration
of our abilities.
that they can be used safely.
Yeah.
I was actually Crim was kind of distracted once he realized there was telepathy in there are voices in his head again. Crim would try to like distract by asking about some of the logistics or something like that, for what the actual plans were for where to go and when, because he's trying to brainstorm.
Okay.
Oh, how can we help? Which is a genuine effort of his part. But during that, he also whispers in his mind, "I was actually planning on seeing if I could talk to my father one-on-one to show him."
Okay.
That's a good idea, Crim.
If there's anyone that could make him reconsider, I think it'd be me, but I know it's a risk.
Well, Crim, his wife wasn't enough.
That's true.
If you can ask him to keep it a secret, we can still come back to here with magic items in hand, and then reveal to them that was all thanks to these powers.
But what I'm getting at is, they see firsthand that these powers can be used, and will look none the different to them.
Well,
Hearing that and thinking of what had been said before, Crim will ask out loud, by the way, about these logistics, Father, So-So already approved of mercenaries helping out with this, right? That being us, not really affiliated directly, but...
In theory, it's something we can entertain. Hasn't come up yet.
Right. Just checking, because, a lot of this will fall through if that's not approved.
So, are you guys okay with me suggesting that, or no?
Crim will specify in telepathy. The reason I ask is because he already said he won't imprison anyone if we're not following that part of the code. If we're just mercenaries.
I can abide that.
What do Cashmere and Alex think?
I've been a little distracted trying to think of how to spin this in our work together angle.
I'm not trying to spin it.
Well, the main... Oh, go on, Bugle.
Sorry. But by completing this magic item heist, we can tell them that they only have it because of the intelligence we received from in concert. That already
They're
shows
going to be
quality.
helping us.
Alright. Okay, so try to find a way to incorporate use of our powers somewhere on the mission.
I don't think we'll have difficulty there.
The
Some of us won't.
Cashmere will say, you know, if we've got people from In Concert and the mules that are on our side, why don't we just bring them with? Have them see for themselves what we're capable of.
Are you saying that loud or telepathically?
Out loud, it looks like.
Yeah, I'll say it out loud.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll... No, wait, no. I'll say it telepathically first.
For the heist or the battle?
Well, either one, really.
Yeah, we'll want more of the subtler sort for the latter. Or the former.
Well, to
I'm
clarify...
just saying that...
Okay.
I'm just saying that, like... If they're already on our side and they want to help us, then we can show everyone else that we can all work together.
So before I show our hand, are there any objections for me letting him know that we use these powers?
Might be a bit soon.
That's why I asked him first if he was open to it, or if he agreed with the philosophy.
Yeah,
It
ask.
has to be done.
Any objections?
Ask first if he agrees with the philosophy of using the powers at all.
I did. He said he kind of there's a bit of disagreement about the philosophy and with the working with others. Unless I'm misrepresenting Tal.
I don't think he gave a personal answer too much.
He said kind of like
I
a little
don't
bit of
think
both was what his answer was.
For the organization, not his personal beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's ask personally first.
Okay.
Get
Where
some
do you-
insight off of this man.
Well, how much do you personally agree with the philosophy of it?
Of the mules?
Of the decree.
I think there is mounting evidence that this corruption, the capital C, whatever that means, not as threatening or as permanent as we used to think. There are many who are quite corrupted by it, who are deep thorns in our sides. That is not a rule. So as for myself, I want to have the mules resolve to fight, but not the mules resolve to not use these gifts.
Well then, if you'd like to let us help with your trenches, well, would you like to see it firsthand?
His brow grows heavy, and he drinks from a very big water skin, which is not uncommon among like aquatic and semi-aquatics. This is a big move you are making, if I understand you correctly.
We kind of haven't told anyone else yet, so keep it to yourself so it doesn't make too many waves. But we know with certainty that it does fade, and you can safely use it. Like once every other or so big deal, for the most part, is the shorthand version.
Alright. And this heist. You say you go somewhere, there's a bank or something, you take all of the magic items, and he clarifies what your mission is.
Yeah, Crim gives some notes, just
Okay.
like an overture of notes.
Yeah, and would they object to Wade saying how it's from In Concert, like all the intelligence for it?
Go, please do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And then wait to mention that.
Because it's with the assumption that it's in our hands now, more or less, with help.
But then the spoils, they go where?
Well, we'll have to
Distributed
combat
as
ones,
needed.
Yeah, the combat ones, I don't think they'll want at all. So I don't think there's any overlapping needs there.
And well, at the
Magic's
risk of
that,
overpromising, we also don't know exactly what we'll be finding, if any of it's been depleted yet. So I don't want to give expectations. But that is our mission.
You will have made enemies of allies should you come back with a haul that is less ample than desired, or maybe when you split them like this. Don't know. This is quite a play. But I like that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking from the perspective of In Concert's already so pacifist. They're not going to use it for anything. But you guys probably don't care much about the sneaky, peaceful magic items, or the healing magic items.
Yes.
They'll probably want to do that more. And, well, there are a few that we might like to, depending on what we need, but we're only 5 people, and that's a whole building.
Alright, so if this is correct, me, because I would love to accompany you all, some other people I know around here would be interested, maybe some of the people you brought with you to this island.
Concert.
We all go together to the general area of Iskarifi, and it would seem to me the smart move would be to do this heist that requires no sign of any Hunted 5 presence, sort of shock and awe moment to be most successful. And then from there, maybe worry more about the general and the stalemate, which between you and me is seeming quite stale.
Well, I wouldn't say that I disagreed with you. However, sometimes you need to butter people up.
With your intel, what are the odds that Scroocha or some other powerful force will try to tip the scales in that stalemate?
No, I don't think him. The presence of this general and his pretty high-profile combat power was the attempt, and we have bolstered our lines and held him back. I do not think Scroocha himself would see to this. He's more interested in his own particular priorities. He seems quite obsessed with control.
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that. Do you know what his
checks out.
deal is?
Yeah, give me one sec.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out ourselves.
We have entire flashbacks and we're still not completely sure on his deal.
Yeah. From what we can put together, he raises his voice so that the other people can chip in too. It's like he has a disgust for places where he and what he has built are weak. A stalemate is one thing. I'm sure he is not happy about this, especially so close to his base. But these, whether it's chatter or conflict that gave morale to the opposition, places where, he can be defeated, places where he doesn't have power, that is where he shows up. That is where he brings down his maul.
Well, the place that he seems to prioritize the most are threats to his ego?
It's a matter of speaking, yeah.
And that's where we'll be.
He's still a cub then.
Some men don't change. Learned that the hard way.
Sure, if you rob this secret repository of its very important and historical magic items, and stick around, that's where he'll be. You could have some sort of epic showdown. I would not advise it.
Not
Yeah,
going to
probably
accomplish
not.
anything.
The goal is to get as much as we can before we're detected, inevitably, and then get even more before getting out. There's no point in major fighting. Although, knocking a few people out to get even more might help, depending on how weak they are. Well, I'll have to be careful about my breath. Might damage something.
Just make sure
then,
not to
like-
breathe.
Yeah, and then to make like a minor demonstration, Crim kind of clicks his teeth, and like in the back of his throat, there's like a pop, pop of like the fireworks of his light attack.
And I think I just got the fireball spell.
That reminds me of a movie or a film. A film or a show. What am I thinking of? It's like pop, 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 and then it blows up. It's gonna drive me crazy. I'll tell you later if I think of it.
Yeah. In any case, it seems we're more or less in agreement.
I think I have to agree with the proposal of doing the heist first, though. Not only would it be easier when we're not drawing as much attention, we also have access to the magic items for helping with anything else.
That is
No,
true.
Yeah, imagine showing up to the trenches and we just have everyone with an extra magic item to help them with the fight.
With the boon.
You'll get no arguments
Speaking
from
of
me.
Yeah.
How are you going to get everything out? You have... I mean, I know you're somehow a talking dragon, but you cannot carry that much.
Well, part of me can. And then Crim shows the bag of holding that he has. I can stuff a few things in here, maybe empty out the supplies that I don't need in the wagon first. And if there's need to, I've actually been looking around for a particular spell that might help as well. Hang on. I can prepare it if you give me 10 minutes or so, but I have a thing that can carry a few more, and I'm also looking into purchasing that other one, which will be hilariously good for the heist. The
Flock of floating discs.
which is super funny because it's just floating disc times 3. So 1,500 pounds worth of magic items that Crim can just carry out. Will?
Mm-hmm.
We also might be able to see about enhancing the bag.
A bit of teleportation as well.
Oh yeah, if we just pile everything up, we can probably just do that too.
Yeah. If it fits inside, if it fits inside of a large object, I can teleport it.
Oh, speaking of fitting inside large objects, I can also eat some of them.
Okay, that sounds
You know, I'm
great.
I was worried about how that sentence was going to end.
And extraction-wise, we're pretty much all airborne, so I hope we
Yeah.
get out easy.
We've got our methods.
Can you get an additional 10 infantry to the location besides yourselves?
Let's
Not
see.
airborne, I don't think, but... And then Crim glances at Alex.
Well,
There's not going to be a good location in the city. I don't think. Well, maybe if we can find a nearby park, but I haven't been there.
Well, I mean, yes, as long as we have a tree.
And I think also
Wait,
the
we
wagon.
have been to Karifi.
The wagon
Did-
has that enhancement that can do the air magic thing. Does it affect people inside? I forget.
But also, with regards to the tree thing, was there a tree in Karifi when we had visited there?
Oh yeah, there's trees.
There you go. We have fast travel to Karifi. As long as Scroocha didn't suddenly have an anti-tree agenda. Which, after he saw what we did, he might...
he might.
He has like sentry guns pointed at all the trees. So as soon as we step
That
out of
would
them,
be such a 90s villain thing to do, but also in character for this campaign. Burn down the trees. All of
the
them.
forest.
This
But
world
sir,
is mine.
how are we going to breathe? We won't need to.
Are we going to breathe?
There's a time
Yeah,
power
there-
for that, I'm sure.
We'll make our own trees.
there's like a villain who's a celebrity who represents pollution.
We need to call Captain Planet.
No, it's like that squad of that anti-Captain Planet, Captain Pollution, or whatever it's called.
Hate, toxic, hate, deforestation.
That's my favorite one.
Broken heart.
I think one of the powers was literally deforestation.
So lame. Okay. He says... Right, leave tomorrow?
Sound like the present.
I think so.
Maybe extend some feelers, sense the current of how people are moving. See if I can provide you some additional manpower if you're interested. People who, share our ideas. You understand?
Well, if they're going with us to Karifi, then they better know how to be quiet.
I can help with that to some extent.
Yes. We are not. We don't exactly drill on stealth around here.
Well, we can get them all in. Can we get them all out?
I think the only way we can do that is if you and I split the passengers.
Okay. Well, he says he has much to do then today, and he's hoping a couple people will be back from their missions too, that he can recruit. He'll excuse himself.
Do you happen to have anything from that from the location of the trenches on hand?
Ooh. So geographically, if we turn our attentions to Karifi, where are these missions? The trench situation is going to be somewhere here-ish.
Oh, really? I thought it'd be like closer to Braj.
So he would explain that a big bubble around Braj, I don't know, something like this, is like, yeah, good luck getting in there. They have crazy time powers and this thing where people who try just don't come back, like, don't do it. And they're trying to push their way on foot past Karifi, which is still a major bastion, before getting to, like, the Braj bubble. So that's why the trench warfare situation is happening.
Is the school also under that lockdown?
Presumably.
The gap just like mom and dad. Good times.
That's just a rough thing, you know, it matters, and I don't know if anyone's asked about the nature of that bubble, but anyway.
We have not.
But we literally just now figured out how wide it was.
Is going to be, like, actually in Karifi.
Okay, so they are very close, actually.
I mean, 100 miles, 150 maybe, yeah.
Still pretty close.
Alright. Well,
At this...
Go ahead. I mean, since we're all decided, we just need some further details, but we're all good to go.
Nods, and as he says, let me see who I can find. I would like each of you to take turns, and from each one of you, I would like, please, a name, a species, a personality trait, and a combat role.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Oh boy, I don't know if I can come up with this on the spot.
Take your time. Maybe you can go
I'm
not
really
first.
bad at names.
No shame in using name generators. Not that I ever do that.
Never.
Wait,
Mr. Me.
Just use your OCs from old campaigns.
Wait,
Half
we're
considering
making
it.
up we're making
Smipio.
up pseudonyms. We're making up pseudonyms for ourselves. Is that what's
No,
happening?
these are the people who are bringing with us as reinforcements.
Oh, I see.
We're bringing a junior party.
Junior party. What name should I?
I'll go first. Joe, the wolf fighter. Very loyal. Not actually.
And I guess we'll probably won't be too many things, like you probably won't have like a rogue or an artificer here, I would guess.
Do you want us to write these somewhere, by the way?
I'm prepared to write them down, but if you wish to, if that helps you.
Give me a snow leopard paladin named Dak.
Okay. And a personality trait?
Let's see. Self-aware.
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 This is self-referential.
I know I smell bad, but I will bring the righteousness.
Yeah, or no, his personality trait is fourth wall breaking.
No!
No.
There's only one character in this campaign who can do that.
All right. Let's see. All right, then. Righteous.
Righteous? Okay. And I don't see why rogues, just because you're a rogue doesn't mean it's whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have gone like Sorcerer 2 or no, Warlock 2 Sorcerer X, but Doc changed that for the system, so it's not as good anymore.
Okay. Okay, I don't have a name yet. Give me a second to think of a name.
It doesn't have to be a class either. Just saying. Grenadier, for example.
Bombs?
Person who casts Wish is not a combat role.
Well, I have one.
I can't do a monk because that'd be way too on the nose. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ray Me, a meek hummingbird priest who seems very soft-spoken, but the moment there's conflict, she froths at the mouth to smite away the evil before her. Alarmingly effective, but needs to be tempered.
Oh, you're Sign Paladin?
No, she's a cleric.
Gotcha.
What triggers the frothing and smiting?
Conflict of
Conflict.
Initiative.
Okay.
Oh, wait, do I still attribute in Oblivion NPC dialogue?
Yes, it can.
Oh, then I'm taking that turn for.
Done.
Back the Oblivion dialogue, Snow Leopard Paladin.
So, okay.
Talk to Wade. I'm just following his orders.
Okay. I'll go with Sasha. She is a God, should I make it? That would be a bit too on the nose. Okay, we'll go with the coyote, and she's like a fighter, and she just thinks that she's the best.
Right.
And all our guys are gonna die. I just know it.
Here, I got mine. Let's go with an armadillo. He is a artificer-esque, like, mechanics expert. His name is Max, and his character trait is that he's sleepy.
Okay.
He just wants to like roll up into himself and take a nap.
Yeah, he's just tired all the time.
Maybe he doubles his ammunition.
Yeah.
The what do you call like a giant sling? I guess a giant sling. Okay.
Oh my god. He's asleep, but you just use him as ammunition, yeah.
Okay. Let's go with Drendal. He's a water monitor who combines spear play with a bit of spell casting. Kind of tries to get in there, hit, get out before he gets hit with varying degrees of success. And his personality trait is that he is cocky.
Okay,
Right.
rivalry with Sasha.
Well,
Yes.
I want Dax only attacks to be doing like this with his arm. Rah, 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 like that.
What class are you?
Paladin.
All right. Thank you all. This will be lovely.
Did Namo get one?
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
the hummingbird priest.
Dak,
Oh!
Raven, Sasha,
I
Max,
missed
and
that.
Grendel.
I missed
Yeah.
that, okay.
Did I pick the only girl?
No.
no, Ray Me's a girl.
Raven.
Oh, okay.
My other option was a Tasmanian devil, but maybe next time.
Next time. Okay. We can fast forward the rest of this day unless there's other things you guys want to do.
I had one thing. Is there anywhere to buy things on this island?
There
imagine
sure is.
Excuse me.
Larian. It is an 8th level settlement. It's pretty big. It's just very slow. If you're trying to buy something, expect the transaction to take at least half an hour.
I
just
need
want to, like, talk
Let me
to
just-
you and stuff.
Let me just DoorDash.
Oh,
I need a statuette of a dragon.
Okay.
What
Place is
spell
very
is that for?
guild. guided, so you'd probably find yourself in the region of the Spirit Guild to buy such wares for casting.
As a reminder, if it's for a
Yeah.
spell, half price.
Heard.
Okay. I decided to give that
Nice.
reminder because people might forget. I'm trying to save you money. Not that you're running low.
Much appreciated.
It's like, make sure to get it made out of sandstone. It works just as well. I did this all the time in school.
I'll show you how it works.
Okay.
Your feet creak on the boards as you walk through Alriam, passing shrines to Umberly and Savras, and always is a smell of fish everywhere. You can't escape it.
Ew.
You don't like seafood?
I don't like seafood at all, actually. I don't like the
Aw.
smell.
God. Tal loves otters, but he doesn't like fish, so it's so weird.
Such irony.
Oh, one other thing that's a minor side note, but a major side note. There are anti-magic fields emanating from black gems embedded in the floor of the Prime Mule compound.
Where's that?
That's
I
the
believe
place.
that's where the magic
Mule
items
got it.
themselves.
We bring our own anti-magic field to disable their anti-magic field.
So
It
wait,
only
would we have
works-
been able to,
What?
would we have been able to use the telepathy then?
Guys, they're not
Yeah.
idiots.
I would
We're
have needed to know that before we started talking to each other like that.
Forgot that.
That's
Okay, then I guess we'll just say that you requested a magical room or something.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the
Sorry.
in-game explanation for why our mission starts like 200 meters outside of our actual area instead of just teleporting into there.
I like
Yeah.
I like the idea that now that Crim has experienced it once, he'll start walking and then he'll suddenly just stop like a fucking pointer breed dog, and they're like, "What is it, Crim? What do you sense?" And then Crim will just say,
Nothing.
Magic just in front of us."
And everyone groaned.
And a few of us sec, we would just like to have a word with Crim and the rest of everyone else.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a moment of what everyone's time. I guess I'm just trying to call me cynical, but establish our end game in all of this whole objective. So,
Which one, Scroocha or the magic items?
Scroocha, of course, but the Core Allegiance in general. So, the Core Allegiance is a group of power-hungry psychopaths with the common goal of taking and avoiding the consequences of their actions with superpowers. Are we in agreement on that?
Either that or they were coerced into fighting alongside or die, but yes.
What happens when there are a group of power-hungry psychopaths with the goal of taking and avoiding the consequences of their actions without superpowers?
They face justice.
They're an awful lot easier to defeat.
But if we do what you suggest, Crim, where we take time powers from everybody, what really has changed?
They can't rule over as easily anymore, and maybe we can actually take back what they've done. Think about it. We're awfully strong, even barely use, things.
Yeah, we are strong. It's just this organization, as far as I can tell, numbers in the thousands, the tens of thousands. And from a game theory perspective, if you've been committing crimes, taking with these powers with your comrades, and suddenly these powers are gone, and your foes are saying you need to face justice, you don't want to face justice, what recourse do you have but to keep fighting and to keep taking? If we take the time out of time power, the power still rots, I think. It rots people, it rots
True.
culture.
Which kind of means that once we get the power out of Scroocha, we focus on, dismantling everything else. Try to get things back to proper order. Things were pretty nice like 2-3 months ago.
Is this what the squirrel girl meant? The whole fixing the mind?
Mm-hmm.
I don't... How are we supposed to do that?
Well, she seems to have an idea. We just haven't heard it yet. Not that she can talk it to us, but
I just wonder if we can.
Well,
Well-
I mean, think of it like this: before the time powers were a thing, what was Scrooge even? It's like an asshole. Sure, the powers must have emboldened him somehow. If we take them away, well, we can kill him then. I know that.
Wade, I think what's been happening, and with what Cash is saying, is I think we're a bit of an exception in a few ways. A lot of the people we've been dealing with are strong in their own rights, but I think they rely on their time powers a lot more. I think if we take that away, they'll be quite shocked. Whereas if other allies we know of lost their time powers, as long as it's not being used against them, I get the feeling they'd be just fine.
You guys, you don't think that Scrooge has a backup plan, do you?
Scrooge probably thinks he's invincible.
It's not far from the truth.
I can't rule it out entirely, but just kind of the impression I've gotten of him, I don't think he thinks he needs one. But maybe I'm wrong.
And not to mention, Wade, I think you might be overthinking this a bit much. Even if without the time powers are still a problem, the end goal of getting rid of the time powers is the first step in getting rid of the powers, right? So regardless, we're still doing this. Don't need to worry too much about it yet.
It's necessary, of course. I just fear it's the first step of many, many, many steps. If you look upon a division of 1,000 koi hunters recently depowered, which say, we must take you to trial, they respond, we'll slaughter Apex Woods if you try. What are we to do? Are those deaths on our hands?
No, that's them choosing to retaliate, and I'm pretty sure from the history books I've read, if you shy away from stopping people because of that, they'll just keep being tyrannical anyway. In fact, Wade, that's kind of the same line of thought that Fortitude has about appeasing them. So, no, I don't think we should do that.
And if they say, we'll do it unless you forgive us, unless you let us go, unless all our crimes are pardoned, and we're given that choice.
Wait,
It's going to stop them from causing trouble again.
So we let them run into the town, sword swinging, desperate.
I think you're putting a bit too much responsibility on our hands, Wade. We're not here to rule this world.
But if we want to stop this, we need overwhelming, encompassing force. That's the only way we'll be able to, I think.
Okay.
Taking away the time powers, of
we're
course.
Working on that.
Keep that in mind, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it now. For now, anyway.
Thank you for indulging my mullings.
Crim gives Wade a skeptical look at that, but then shrugs.
All right. With those musings of the far future, perhaps, on your mind, you consider the near future, whether yourselves in town or in leisure or with the mules, gathering intel, preparing however you wish, until in the morning. It seems the people that the Seal Fellow have found are a motley crew of snow leopard, coyote armadillo, water monitor lizard, the hummingbird. They look at you with mixtures of expressions. Some look like they could care less whether you're accompanying them to this important heist that's going to perhaps change many tides. Some look at you excited, some look like they're ready to go to sleep. Some look at you like they have pre-programmed 5 lines of dialogue in their
Yeah.
Goddamn.
when Wade walks up the deck and he rotates out he rotates 30 degrees, so he's like head on with him.
Oh, God damn it. Before this happens, Crim would have probably gotten Flock of Discs, just FYI.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know that spell existed until
I'll probably have
recently
a
when you
resonance
mentioned
proposal.
this check.
I'll also probably have a resonance proposal in between sessions. Figure out what we can do with the bag of holding.
And each disc can carry 500 pounds and it's 3 pounds, huh? Not
Yep.
bad.
So if we got 1,500 pounds worth of magic items to think about, boy, do I have some good news for you.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how are you going to get there?
Okay, so quick question I had. So our destination is somewhere in here, right?
Yeah.
Let me zoom
But
in.
I guess it's probably is it a ways into the city or is it closer to like Limney?
Your destination is Acton's Old Bank, with an extra E on the end of old. And it is supposedly where Scroocha chose to sequester many of the Seekers, like museum and big buildup of various purposed magic items for safekeeping in one of a few very important spots. It's perhaps a half-mile away from Heather Walk and the new neighborhood on Lake Limney's edge, so into the city for sure.
Half mile isn't too terribly far.
Half mile is like, what, 10, 15 minutes walk? Slow walk at that.
Okay. Follow-up question. Have I been to a place in Lake Limney where there are some decent-sized, like, water weeds or something?
Oh,
Does it count as a tree?
It just has to be a
Yes.
large-sized plant.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I am sure-
we're going to Subnautica.
I am sure you have done some training in the biggest lake in the world, yeah.
Does what's his
Okay.
name? Crim happen to have the water breathing ritual?
I do. I can.
Mind.
That's why I was asking you, so I can prepare it.
He's a
Oh,
Navy
boy.
SEAL.
This is where we learn half of our guys can't swim.
Hey, I'm only asking you, Beagle, because I don't think you tend to use your magic as much as you do in combat as I do, since you kind of tend to use one concentration spell and then magic stones. Would I be able to burden you with preparing the seeming spell?
Yeah, I could prep it.
It's 5th level one that'll basically let us all disguise ourselves.
Yeah, sounds good. I can swap that out for like Dream or something. Or actually, I'll swap that for Raise Dead. Sounds good.
Thank you, Beagle. 'Cause, yeah, I just tend to burn through my spells quite a bit quicker, since mine are very offensive oriented.
Yeah, that's why I try to be like pseudo half-caster, kind of.
Appreciate it.
As you prepare your spell work and strategize in the morning, Dax says, I'd kill for a sweet roll right now.
And then Wade goes to talk to him again, and he sees the same dialogue in gray.
Would Crimwell mention to the others, would Skywrite be a useful thing for them to do as like giving a signal if it is encoded somehow?
I don't know if we have enough time to prepare a code, but
I mean, I could just sending them, couldn't I?
That's true.
It
Just-
may not even need to be in code. Does the description Yeah, nothing about it says it has to be words. It could be like established just kind of abstract symbols or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I was also just thinking, I mean, that could also be a code, quote unquote. Hieroglyphs is kind of a code. But just from the perspective of something that if someone were to look at the sky, they'd be like, oh, Wonder what that is. Whereas someone who knows what they're looking for is like, all right, that's it. Let's go. And something like that. Like the bat signal. It's like, it's a bat.
Handy.
One other thing. Some of those ragtag survivors from In Concert and the farm will be asking you guys, on the day before, like, hey, what's happening? What are we doing? And some of them would wish to lend themselves to your aid if you would accept them.
Sure, yeah.
People who
Do we have couple slots?
Yeah, for people, only people who have, like, kind of skill sets that are sort of conducive to this. But I would imagine some people in Concert would be good at, like,
This type of stuff.
Stealth.
this type of work.
Yeah.
It would be right up their alley.
Like if we get them in when we have to leave, could they just like blend into the populace? We don't have to worry about them.
Yes, it depends on your approach, though, which probably is looking more like a next session where we're actually in map saying what's the plan here. But you will have plenty of resources at your disposal.
I'll just
Yay.
mention, if, assuming we don't go through our 7th level spell slots, which I imagine we're probably going to be holding them off anyway, if we are trying to teleport out of here after, we can only have a maximum of 18 people.
Yeah, so let's establish how many we have. We have the 5 of us.
We have the 5
We have-
new people,
And
Yeah.
what's his name?
the general
He's coming
guy.
with.
Yeah. And I can leave the horse behind. But I kind of want to, if we get possible.
And how
bring
many
the horse.
people from In Concert are looking to come?
Up to 6.
I think it works out then. 'Cause
Okay, so
That's us 5, those 5, the guy, Victoria, and then these 6 that adds up to 18, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
That was unplanned. I love that.
okay, let's just hope that we don't accidentally, or so we don't find anyone who's like, wait, bring me with you.
Yeah.
All right, then we
Well,
just gotta
if
look
that's
at
the
the
case,
new
it'll just
party.
be like,
Could-
if that's the case, it's just like you, fight to the death.
When Wade uses perception to try and gauge the responsibility rating.
No.
You know the meme where the guy gives the peace sign and then fades out? Like, that's the party when you leave someone behind. Teleports out.
That's just us casting that like that turn into fog cloud spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm more or less set. There's nothing like going to level 13 than like just planning stuff.
So, going to Waterweeds, swimming/running or whatever to the city. Talk me through this. What else is happening here?
So yeah, we're going to do 1 or 2 water breathing rituals beforehand. Then use transport via plants to appear from some water weeds close to the shore of Lake Limney. Go through the town, or go through Karifi to get to our destination under the effects of Pass Without Trace.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of from there, it depends on
What we see.
what we encounter when we arrive.
Yeah, I'm betting as soon as we hit the anti-magic, it's going to go to shit, but I'm ready for it.
Well, I
do
don't think we know for a fact that we're going to run into anti-magic.
Yeah, there's no great intel that In Concert was able to provide you on the current interior of this well-guarded bank.
Yeah, I mentioned that there's like a lot of spells we could use for like scouting, like the invisible sensor spells and whatnot.
In terms of stealth, don't expect anything from Crim. He's at -1 still and forever.
I can
also
do stealth
have-
things just fine.
I also have Stone Shape, so I can potentially, depending on what the building's made of, maybe make us a back entrance if we need to.
Yeah, so I just had this idea of like if Crim had meld into stone, for his flavor in particular, he just becomes like a hunk of quartz or something, and it just slides across the ground. He's like, oh, that's particular, but it's not a person. Oh well.
Lost him in the wind.
Yeah.
You just hear like the stone sliding sound effect as he keeps moving.
Okay. Well, we still got some time, so I propose we kind of play through this live time right now, and then maybe between sessions we can roll back a bit in terms of what exact spells and things we're preparing, and not actually end within the bank if you can get there just yet.
For what's worth, Bugle and I could only like trade out one spell each anyway, so we don't have to do a whole lot of planning on that.
We're locked in, boys.
I'll write something down real quick then. Session 68.
And I already chose Bugle's spell that he's taking.
It's alright.
Okay. Right, and then the seal fellow.
And we still get a century rest before this, right?
Yeah, we got a full rest.
Multiple. Yep.
Gotcha. Alright, so I'm... Sounds good. So I got my contingency back. Yay.
Parado. Cool. And he has a charisma of 36, so he can just talk through everything. Good.
Nice. Finally, a worthy challenger. Our battle will be legendary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, one of my next level's features is I gain flight.
Damn it.
Wait, really?
When I turn level 14.
That's
Is it better flight?
Flying speed equal to your walking speed, and you can hover.
Well, okay.
Though I guess the hover feature is handy
Yeah,
for when I get
yeah,
attacked.
But it's
want-
magical flight. It's not actual flight.
Yeah.
So
And
you'll be less,
you'll
you'll be
less
less
cool.
tired.
You want trade?
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that. If we
Well,
could do a little extra something for a feature that you already have.
I gain faster flight. I don't know. We'll talk later.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll say the 6 women in concert joining you are Tame Task, Athia, Rakaret, Angate, and Jael.
I'll remember all of
There's-
them. Wait, who are they?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
too many people
please
to
have,
describe.
please have jail get imprisoned.
No, it's Jael. Fantasy jail, you see.
Spelled like it is an Elden Ring, Everjail.
Oh, right, Jael.
The British spelling,
Yeah.
G-A-O-L,
Something like that.
jail.
I didn't know that was the same word for so long.
I know.
Just watch out for Dark
Gowl.
Gowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
like list out their names somewhere for us, because we're gonna need a reference.
I will put it in campaign discussion, character documentation.
In terms of when we're on the walk, Crim will be basically doing trap detection duty with his blind sight plus 15 investigation magic sense. So he'll probably be taking the lead on that.
Yeah.
He'll probably fucking see those Russian hidden cameras that are between door frames or some shit with that.
Other important question is who are all our allies going to fight off screen during combat?
Yeah, let's come up with names for the enemy too.
They're like evil doppelganger names.
Oh god.
Naturally, Dak will be paired against a criminal.
No. Dak is paired up against an other guard he accidentally hits.
Oh,
What's a killer about?
that's terrible.
Okay. It is the morning. You cast water breathing ritual on the lovely beach as everyone's geared up and ready to go.
I've also deducted 300 gold for the purpose of having that ritual when necessary and ready.
Okay.
Oh, you
I might do a
you
little bit of
got water
retroactive
breathing?
shopping.
No, not water breathing.
Okay.
For the flock of discs.
Gotcha.
I'm also going to precast a tiny servant and have it sit on my shoulder.
Okay. So, water breathing is cast twice,
Okay.
and all of you have the ability to breathe water and air. Cool.
All right. Then we're going to gather around a tree and kind of surround it. And I am going to cast Transport via plants.
Everyone hold hands.
We're keeping the wagon away from us for this, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because
we
we're
don't
not
want the wagon to be underwater.
Plus, we're kind of at capacity for teleport.
Yeah, right. Okay, understood.
So we'll
Okay,
bid Dynamo
you
and
get
Piper
a-
a good day.
Good luck from Krola. Salutes from other people watching this ordeal. Some of the locals distantly on the shores, looking like this against the morning sun. Magic like this is not seen in Bose. You have an audience.
Very minor thing. Crim grabs a shell native to this beach for the sake of teleportation later.
I was actually just
Get
going to say that
resolved.
have Turner buy a knickknack, but hey, that works too. Thank you.
Okay, they all touch the palm tree as you have instructed them.
And we all reappear under Lake Limney.
Okay, we need
That's
some
good.
appropriate music for this.
Start hearing like the Sonic drowning theme.
Starts flailing. Wait, I don't have a swim speed.
That traumatized me.
I'm gonna need to know my swim speed.
That's half your
I
running
think you
speed.
have one.
Okay.
So you're still out swimming most of us.
You are ejected immediately, soaking wet, all of you, into... Is it a lake, or is this... Wow, you must be pretty deep underwater here, because most of the colors are gone. Cashmere in particular looks like strange colors. Certainly Wade does as well. You can mostly only see blues, purples, greens, and all is dark. The morning sun at an angle where the surface is just little glitters of light, nothing penetrating quite so deep. But it is only 50 feet above, and there's just weeds and fish and gloomy silt around you.
Yeah. Crim asks, we can talk, right?
Yeah, I
I
think
think that's been established, yes.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I forgot. Crim asks, do you need me to light things up a bit?
We just need to go up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Crim sulks as he starts swimming up.
Before I forget, Widow's also ritual casted the telepathy spell.
telepathic bond.
Telepathy. How many people can be in that?
I think it was like 8. Let me check.
8.
If that's the case, it'd be probably us and then 2 party leader representatives from their side or whatever. From the other 2 semi-factions.
I'm not saying that she would get it, but Sasha would volunteer.
You should give it to Sasha or Parado, and then maybe Task from In Concert. Sorry, I shouldn't be telling you what to do. Do what you will.
Of
I mean,
course,
you're the
Task.
one. Your suggestions would kind of reflect what their vibe is. So yeah, probably them.
Sounds good.
Might be something we change later. But...
Okay, so Sasha from Team Mules and Task from Team In Concert, who thus far have not really talked to each other. There's a lot of strangers and stranger energy, but they're working together. There's no hostility.
Alright, shall we? Let's find our infiltration point.
Everyone roll an athletics check, please.
Oh
Oh.
boy. Can I-
Is any specific
We're-
ability?
Athletics.
Dex or strength or...
Strength to swim adequately and see how you swim in Lake Limney.
Can I use Dex, actually?
Does the feature let you do that?
Fuck.
I can do that for jumping, I can do it for martial arts.
I'm gonna say no. This is
Okay.
What?
yeah.
I'm at the last 9 minutes, so I'm gonna see about changing this 9 to a 9.
That's pretty good.
I believe I have advantage for having a swim speed.
Guys,
12.
I'm a cat, guys. I'm drowning.
21 for me.
10.
27. Athletics.
Oh, damn. Well, he's a
Okay.
strength
I rolled a
guy, yeah.
12.
I will say Drendal helps you, Alex, and Hirado helps you Turner, so you can each have advantage if you...
I already
Super
had
advantage. Oh, okay, I guess you can't then.
Do you have resolve still? Because we're at the last 8 minutes.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah. Tell a question. Is there like open walls in underwater, or are we like just in an empty space?
You're currently ascending to the surface, so it's empty.
Yeah.
So-
Well,
Yeah. So like nothing to grab onto.
There's some weeds on the sea floor, the lake floor, but then some
Gotta do
detritus.
Gotta do some
Gotcha.
swimming.
Damn.
13 then.
Okay. Well, no one is drowning, but it will take you all some extra time to reach the shore, which is a few hundred feet away. How do you make your way there?
Can I roll with disadvantage to help them, help the slower ones by like doubling back to help push people along like those dolphin shows?
Yeah, or they could frankly like ride on your neck if you want to take disadvantage, sure.
Okay, I'll roll. I rolled a 12 prior, which became a 27. So this my second roll will be the disadvantage version. Still 27.
Jesus, nice.
Okay. We'll generally... Yeah, everyone else is doing more or less okay.
Nice. All right.
So,
Okay.
I mean, you can help, but you can't help everyone.
Yeah. Crim more or less like spreads his wings to be like rafts for them to like hang on to like paragliders, and then he like starts swimming forward that way for the people who are tired and need a break.
Man, it'd be the greatest thing if they had anti-magic in the water, so we get in, our bubbles fade, and we're just hundreds of feet underwater.
Oh god.
Can I tell
Uh-huh.
to get ahead and scout, like get ahead of everybody? And,
Bolt off of Crim to use him as, and then you start running on the water.
Go ahead.
Well, Cashmere will punch the water to create shockwaves to make it move faster. Are you allowing that?
Is that just paddling with extra steps?
A little bit.
Is that any different from just... I don't know, I would assume we're not going like full tilt. So I don't know, like, you can double dash.
Isn't swimming just kicking the water?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you can punch or kick or whatever if you wish to go faster ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so you breach the surface, orientate, and then with Crim's help and everyone more or less, you start swimming towards the shore. It'll probably take a couple minutes. In this time, Cashmere, do you wish to do something different? You see the cityscape ahead, you see neighborhoods, you see some still slowly emerged, like old buildings. Most of them have crumbled in at this point, but Lake Limney was swelling in the past and overwhelmed part of Karifi, so the city seems to really just emerge out of the shoreline. There's people, swimming. There's a couple of small boats here, but there's no ports in sight, and there's no, like, sentries in sight either.
Okay. You said you me do something different, or what do you mean?
You said you wanted to punch ahead to scout?
Yeah, okay. And since Cashmere can run on water, he will, once he gets to the surface, he will hop up on top of the water and start running and get to the shore.
Okay, give me Perceptione, please.
Alrighty. Okay.
Are we disguised, by the way?
Oh,
Do you want me to see me? Will?
I don't think so.
Do I still? Yeah, I still resolve.
we haven't decided on when exactly we're doing it, or what we're doing. So I think at some
Slightly
point,
better.
we can probably do it at any point though. Depends if we want to do
Okay.
if we want to have done it beforehand or after.
Yeah, it's 8 hours, so...
If there is any means of detection, if there is even some Koi allegiance, strongly loyal force here observing water ingress, you don't spot it or smell it or hear it. You just hear some children playing in the shallows, some quiet conversations, and some attentive eyes noticing strange forms coming in from who knows where.
Wasn't this? Was that somewhere else where where the giants came out of the water?
That was somewhere else. That was south.
Okay.
We
That's Heatherrun.
We're east right now, I think.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
Of the big lake.
Cashmere
That's
wouldn't
correct,
pay them.
right? Tell him just. I was
Yeah,
assuming that.
Yeah, it was here.
Okay.
Cashmere wouldn't pay them much mind. He would just keep running until he gets to the shore, and just he'll give like a signal to the others, like, "Hey, it's all good." A thumbs up.
Yeah.
We also have
So right now, we're right here at that where that dotted line is, basically.
Yes.
Understood.
A little porcupine kid sitting with his butt in the water looks up at you, having just run across the water, appearing out of nowhere. What?
It's a party trick, kid. You learn when you're older.
Cool.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
So, I'm assuming this op will take less than 8 hours, so I guess could we have casted Seeming while we were underwater, maybe? Or
You could cast it now, but I don't think we can do like retcons at this point.
I got you. All right, it's one kid. It's fine. All right, so Wade'll once we regrouped, Wade'll cast a disguise on all of us.
Seeming.
Okay, how does that work, Seeming?
You change the physical appearance of any number of creatures you can see within range of 30 feet. Lasts 8 hours. Basically, just I think just disguise self, but mass.
Yeah. You can alter
Also
height
size,
plus
so-
or minus a foot, build, clothing, species, or any other parameters of your appearance you choose, as long as you keep the general arrangement of limbs. So I think Turner would just become like a seagull.
Okay. So, all right. Well, at this point, I think we should call the session because I will need everyone to determine, unless Wade determines for them, what your disguises are.
I think they would have discussed what they were going to be beforehand when they're planning their spells and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, and you look like civilians. You look like you're what? I think that's the more important part too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll think on that.
But hey, that's good timing. We are literally at time.
Yeah.
Wade's a panther now.
A water
He's so
panther.
different.
Well,
cats?
tell us, Tal, what are the common species of creepy?
Everything.
That's,
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
It is the
Oh.
great melting pot of Bose.
Okay.
It's the New York City of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AKA, it has no culture of its own.
Wow.
Yes.
Maybe New York does.
How do you manage to find the most jaded answer for every single explanation?
It's American.
But it is still common species are common. You know, you're probably gonna see a wolf more than you're gonna see.
It also does depend on like
Oh.
which district, quote unquote, that you're into, because like I think it also is also like New York in that too. And there's like like
Oh,
little
yeah.
Chinatown or a little or a little this and that.
Mhm.
Little Italy.
Littly, if you will.
The I think the most obvious thing that Crim would be in this context would be a second Victoria, because he needs to be something with 4 legs and wings, and that is a short list.
What about second
So
Victoria?
I guess he's a Pegasus now.
Look, mommy, there's a Pegasus couple swimming in from the lake. Sure
Yeah,
there is,
exactly.
honey. Go back to
Pegasus
sleep.
is Pegasus.
There it is, honey.
Yeah, I like to mention like she has to like spread her wings to like dry them out as soon as.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, like a bird.
All right.
Well,
Well,
strange sort of transitory session, but thanks for sticking with it.
Yep, and
Yeah,
we will.
did it. I mean, I figured I was gonna. We had like what 5 sessions of combat in a row or
Yeah.
some shit. We're,
It was a
we're
lot of
fine.
action. Yeah, we'll be back next week, same time. Yay!
Bye
Bye.
Not enough
bye.
action. GG.
Bye bye.